Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie. We are watching the Imposter home invasion murder trial. I renamed it. I have never renamed a trial before. I've always gone with the name they've picked. But I figured people would know what DTE is because I didn't know. I'm not from Michigan. Spike and I are eating a peanut butter sandwich. The female lawyer, there's a defense attorney for Hernandez, just walked by. She's in all black today. She just walked by, and in my head popped, if I could turn back time. Man, she reminds me of Cher. No conscious thought at all. She just walked by and the song popped in my head. Hey, Judy. Hey, Marty. Hey, Nancy. Where did Wiggles go? Where did Carla go? I hope they find us. During a preliminary exam in December, the county's deputy chief medical examiner testified that Murray's cause of death was neck compression. She also said he was bound with duct tape and that he had blunt force injuries to his head. And I think she is our first witness today. Oh, maybe not first witness, but she is on the stand. Hey, Carla. You're welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't stay later. Did you have a good live? Did it go well after I left? You were doing great. That reminds me, I gotta clean the litter box. I keep forgetting. Oh.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is this? Oh, this is the guy that was on the stand yesterday when we broke. Where's my notebook?
We're gonna touch base at the next place. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. Okay, all right, let's bring in our jury.
Well, you have to say his name again, because I'm not even sure I got this guy's name right.
Your Honor, should we have Detective Smith on stand before the jury comes up, or do you want?
Yeah, let's have them on.
My cat stays pissed off. She's only sweet to Travis. She's Travis's cat, and he didn't even want her. He doesn't even like cats.
Still, I'll say that again when the jury comes in so they can be sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, yeah. I wasn't told anything else, so you guys are
Okay.
getting lucky over here.
I like this judge. Not that I like her because she's like a super great judge, but because she's so young but still has control of her courtroom.
Prosecution, you had no further direct?
I did not.
All right, then we're cross-examined Mr. Hernandez.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just so the jury is clear and remembers from yesterday, you were present in the room during the interview of my client, Mr. Hernandez, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it was your understanding that he had requested to talk to police, and that's why you went down there, among other reasons, obviously, to pick up the items that had been seized. But one of the reasons you went down there is because he had requested to speak to you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, people that are under arrest do not have to make a statement, fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously you went through and we were able to watch you going through his Miranda rights, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in that Miranda statement, it says that anything he says could be used against him, fair to say?
Yes, ma'am.
And he wanted to still talk to you after understanding those rights, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in one part of the video, I think actually in a few parts of the video, there was a statement that was made either by yourself or the other detective that was there that Yogi, or Mr., the co-defendant in this case, was scared of my client. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay. And do you remember actually a statement was made, he was scared what you and your people can do to him and his family, correct?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. That was a lie, correct?
I don't know.
Okay. The co-defendant in here was never, Mr. Zuazo was never interviewed, correct?
I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with Mr. Zuazo.
When you interview someone that you believe is a suspect, especially in a crime that involves violence, it's important to look at the person you're interviewing to see if there's any fresh wounds, correct?
Yeah.
None were noted, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree with me that that conversation was pretty jovial until the question was posed of Mr. Hernandez, why not the wife? If you killed the husband, why did you leave the wife alive? Do you remember that line of questioning?
I do, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you recall at that point in time, that is when my client's demeanor changed, and he repeatedly said it was not supposed to happen. Do you remember that?
I do, yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further.
Yes, and Detective, you were under the impression during your investigation that the homicide in Rochester occurred on October 11th?
Yes.
And what day was it again that this interview was conducted down in Louisiana?
October 17th.
So roughly a little over 6 days later?
That is correct.
I know for the questions.
You want any follow-up on that? No. Okay, all right, thank you, Detective. You may step down.
And may this witness be excused?
No.
Judge, before we call the next witness, I think we need to have a break because Mr. McCarthy's not here yet.
Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna send you back out to for a break. The break is going to require you to stay with your jury. Okay, all right, I'll get you back as soon as I can. All right.
Well, why isn't he there? Oh, there he is. He's there now.
The next witness is Dr. Sean O'Brien.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then there was a movement by the parties, prosecution to admit 4A through 4P, is that right?
Yes, Judge.
And there's no objection?
There is no objection on behalf of Mr. Zuazo.
No objection on behalf of Mr. Hernandez.
All right, so 4 through 4P are admitted into evidence, and you may call your witness.
Thank you. People call Dr. Bryan. And you're under request permission to publish when we get to that exhibit for her testimony.
Is there any restrictions regarding the images being streamed? Or?
Unfortunately, juries are going to have to see this.
Okay, thank you.
Good approach to be sworn in by the court.
Good morning, Dr. Bryan.
Good morning.
Stay standing, raise your right hand, I'll get you sworn in. Do you swear from the testimony you're going to provide us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, it is.
All right, please be seated and then tell us your name.
My name is Shauna Bryan.
All right, your witness.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Can you tell us how you're currently employed?
I am the Deputy Chief Medical Examiner for Oakland County
And how long have you been a medical examiner?
for 6 years.
And do you have a medical degree?
Yes, I do.
And you have enhanced medical training after your basic medical degree? And I don't mean basic as basic, because it's not, but after graduating medical school, you also had more training.
Yes.
And have you had specialized training as a pathologist?
Yes, I have.
And have you testified in criminal cases before?
Yes, I have.
A part of your duties as a medical examiner to document what you've seen in reports?
Yes, it is.
As part of your duties as a medical examiner to photograph the injuries that you see so that they can be documented through photographs?
Yes.
And as a medical examiner, are you to determine a manner of death?
Yes, I am.
And can you tell the jury, when you determine a manner of death, what does that mean?
The manner of death means how the death came to be about.
And define that. What does that mean?
Well, there's only 5 manners. So one would be homicide at the hands of another person. Suicide, your own hand. Natural, and you form a natural disease like cancer, for example, heart disease. And then there's accident, which is unintentional, like a car accident. And then undetermined, when we can't assign or we don't know.
Okay. And do you also determine a cause of death?
Yes.
And tell us what a cause of death is.
The cause of death is the initial injury or disease that leads to death.
Okay. And there's all different types of causes of death.
Yes.
Okay. You could have drowning as a cause of death.
Yes.
You could have a stab wound.
Yes.
You could have a gunshot.
Yes, of course.
And those things you document in your autopsy report.
I do.
Do you have an autopsy report that corresponds to this case?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 4. It's an autopsy report for Hussein Murray, case number 246922, with the date of death of October 11th, 2024. And the date of your autopsy is October 12th, 2024. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And that has your signature at the end?
Yes.
And there's attached diagram at the end of that?
Yes,
And also a toxicology report?
that's correct.
And those are all done in the ordinary course of your duties?
Yes, they are.
And when you do a toxicology, what is the toxicology report?
Toxicology, we usually take fluid from the eye, blood, and then sometimes urine, sometimes gastric, but usually we'll send blood out for toxicology studies, which will test for any alcohols, drugs of abuse, certain prescription medications, things like that.
And that's a standard thing you do as part of autopsies?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, if it wasn't in the record, I'd move People's Exhibit number 4 into evidence.
All right, is it?
And I have no objection to its admission.
Doctor, I want to direct you specifically back to your autopsy on October 12th of 2024. Do you recall conducting the autopsy on Mr. Murray?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 4A. It's going to show up on your screen close by. These exhibits we've already agreed to enter, so I'm not going to ask you all the questions that otherwise I would. You understand?
Yes, I do.
I forgot something. Have you been qualified as an expert before the courts of the state of Michigan?
Yes, I have.
And how many times have you testified as an expert before?
Around 15.
Okay. And had you actually testified as an expert in this case itself in district court?
Yes, I have.
Your Honor, the people would move Dr. Bryan as an expert in forensic pathology.
Your Honor,
Yes, any objections?
I had no objection in the preliminary examination. I also have received her curriculum vitae, and I have no trial qualified doctor yet.
Ms. Lawton?
Objection.
Witness will be deemed as an expert in the field of forensic pathology.
Okay, looking at exhibit number 4A, is that a standard placard that you would give any autopsy that you're going forward with, so that whatever is logged in as far as photographs could then be referenced to that number?
That is correct. So the top number is the case number that was assigned, and the bottom number is the date that I did the autopsy.
And when you get a body in to begin an autopsy, do they usually come in if they're closed from a scene where they're already dead versus unclothed?
They can come in either way. It depends if they're on the scene and they have clothes, they will come in with clothes. If they make it to the hospital and the hospital does any measures, usually they do not have clothes.
Okay, and in Mr. Murray's case, did he come in dressed or
Yes, he did.
undressed?
Yes,
Dressed.
dressed.
Okay, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 4B. Do you recognize Mr. Murray?
Yes, this is how I saw him when I entered the room.
And when he entered the room, you'll notice that his hands are bagged.
His hands have bags, yes.
Okay, and are there any bindings that you notice on Mr. Murray's body?
Underneath the bags, yes.
Okay, and what did you notice underneath the bags?
Underneath the bags, his hands are bound by duct tape and a couple of zip ties, as well as you can see the binding around the mouth and the head, and his feet were also bound by duct tape.
I'll show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 4C. You recognize that photograph as a different angle of the bindings around his hand?
Yes,
And that also depicts the black duct tape that you had discussed and zip ties around that wrist?
yes,
Were those eventually removed?
yes, we did remove them.
Were those bindings tight to the body of Mr. Murray, or did they just come off easily?
They were tight.
I'll show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 4D. Do you recognize that as another angle of those bindings?
Yes, I do.
And do you notice the condition of those bindings in regards to the Rolex watch?
Yes, where the watch is in between the bindings are tight on there.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 4E.
Oh, I thought they took the
Do you
Rolex.
recognize that as a side photograph of Mr. Murray's right side?
Yes, it is his right side.
Okay. And that there's a gun holster on his right side?
That is correct.
Okay. And it came in without a gun, is that correct?
That is correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 4F. Do you recognize that as a photograph of the lower legs of Mr. Murray?
Yes, I do.
And were they also bagged as were his hands by the sheriff's office?
That is correct,
And is
yes.
that common procedure when you receive bodies in?
Yes,
I'll show you what's been marked as 4G. Do you recognize that as a photograph of Mr. Murray's lower ankles after the bag is removed?
yes, I do.
And can you tell us what you see in that photograph?
There was duct tape around the feet.
Okay. And there's a shoe on one foot?
One shoe on one foot.
And which foot is missing the shoe for the record?
The left foot.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 4H. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us what you see in that photograph?
In this photograph, we've taken the clothes off and we've cleaned him off so I can properly see the injuries to his face and body.
Okay. And what observations do you have of any injuries that may catch your attention of Mr. Murray's face?
In this photograph, you can see that there's purple blotching around the eyes, which is bruising. On the face, he has a bunch of bruising all the way from the forehead all the way down to the front of the neck to basically the collarbones. And he has some lacerations, which are tears in the skin, again, around the jaw. That's what he has. And then the jaw is also fractured. You can't really see it, though, in this picture.
Okay. I'll get into your internal investigation as we go forward. But for 4I, People's Exhibit 4I, can you tell us what you see in Exhibit 4I?
Yes, this is his lower lip as that we pulled down to take a photograph because there's some tears kind of on the left side of the lip and bruising on the inside.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 4J. Do you recognize that as Mr. Murray's right hand?
Yes,
And can you tell us what you see in that photograph?
it's just his hand.
There's no cuts to his hand.
There are no cuts, no injuries.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 4K. Is that another angle with the fingertips of Mr. Murray's right hand?
Yes, it is.
And again, do you see any injuries or cuts to his right hand?
No,
I'll show you what's been marked as 4L. Do you recognize that as Mr. Murray's left hand?
yes, I do.
Okay. Again, do you notice any type of injury, bruising, or cuts to his right hand?
No,
Show you what's been marked as 4M. This is again a different angle with the fingertips of Mr. Murray's left hand. Do you see any type of cuts or bruising to his left hand?
no injuries.
I'm going to show you what's been marked 4N as in Nancy. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us what, if anything, is of interest when you're looking at photograph 4N?
Yes, so this is the back of him. We rolled him over to take pictures of the back. You can see on the scalp, kind of up toward the top of the picture, there is a laceration or a tear in his scalp there.
And can you tell us what type of force does it take, or what type of object does it take to create that type of injury?
Lacerations, bruises, and abrasions like a tearing, superficial tearing of the skin, are all caused by blunt force trauma. Anything blunt can cause these injuries, or like from a fall, as long as it's not like a knife, let's say.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 4O. Is that a close-up of what was in 4N?
Yes, it is.
And can you tell us what we're seeing in 4O?
So it's a close-up, as you said, of the scalp, kind of like the left right here, and he has the tear in the scalp right there.
Was there a second injury to his scalp?
Scalp, yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 4P. Is that depicting the second injury to his scalp?
Yes, so this is a close-up. It's on the back of his scalp, about here, another tear.
Okay, and is that something that can be caused by blunt force trauma?
Yes, it is caused by that.
And any type of blunt object can be able to cause something like that with enough force, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
When you started your physical observations of Mr. Murray, was he consistent with an individual to be 72 years old?
Yes.
Did you determine his weight?
Yes, I did.
And what was Mr. Murray's weight at the time of his passing?
295 pounds.
And how tall was he?
He was 72 inches or 6 feet tall.
Now, you noticed the zip ties around his hand and wrist, is that correct?
Yes.
You photographed that, and you photographed the evidence of his injury, correct?
Yes.
Now, you started to discuss something about the internal injuries that you later noticed to Mr. Murray's jaw. Can you tell us what, if anything, you noticed regarding the internal injuries to Mr. Murray's jaw?
Yes, so inside, it actually could even see it in one of the pictures where the lip was down. His jaw, this bone here, was fractured.
Okay.
And then there was a lot of bleeding and bruising just on the skin and underneath the skin.
I hear the terminology, over time I get used to it, but a lot of folks aren't used to it. So we've talked about lacerations, we talked about bruising, but what do you mean when you say fracture?
Fracture's broken bone.
Okay. And there's different types of fractures?
There are different types, yes.
Okay. How would you describe this type of fracture?
I would say comminuted, meaning broken into multiple pieces.
And does it take substantial force to create that type of injury?
Yes.
Did you notice injury to the left side of his scalp?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And how did you designate and describe that injury?
He had a laceration or a tear there on the left side. Once we open the head and reflect the skin back, he has hemorrhage underneath the scalp.
And when you say, go ahead.
Oh, and there are two muscles here that help you chew. He had hemorrhage in those muscles.
Okay. We're going to slowly go through the definitions, but when you say hemorrhage, what does that mean?
Sorry, bleeding into the tissue.
Okay. And does it take substantial force to get bleeding underneath the scalp so that you could see it in the way that you did?
Yes, and it's a blunt force.
Did you notice any type of injury to his face?
Yes.
What injuries did you notice to his face?
His face has bruising, some tears in there.
Okay. Is it in one location or is it in multiple locations?
It's multiple locations, basically the whole entire face
Head bruises to
has
it?
bruises and tears.
When you started to continue your autopsy, did you notice anything that stuck out about his throat area?
Yes, I did.
Could you tell us what you noticed regarding Mr. Murray's throat area?
On his throat, it looked the same as the face. It has, from the anterior neck here, which is the front of the neck, it had diffuse bruising and some kind of linear, no patterned, nothing like a pattern. I noticed some linear bruises.
Okay, and what did you notice when you got to look at his throat area internally?
Internally, we lift up the skin. He had soft tissue, which is bleeding into the fats, and then the muscles in the neck that control the head. All of that was had blood soaked, and then he had a fracture of a bone in the throat called the hyoid bone.
Okay.
2 fractures.
Again,
Broken hyoid bone.
the location of that bone, because we're not going to know by definition and description. Can you point to your actual throat to show us where that would be on a person?
Sure. The hyoid bone is a U-shaped bone, and it sits high up in the neck. If you feel when you swallow, your Adam's apple, that's called the thyroid cartilage. It's just in front of that. It's high up in the neck and relatively well protected.
And what did you notice about that bone?
It was broken in 2 places.
Okay. In your experience in doing autopsies and going through school, is that a rare injury that you've seen?
It's rare.
And does that take a lot of force to accomplish that type of injury?
It does.
Can you tell us what type of other evidence of injuries you saw to the neck?
The fracture of the bone and just bleeding into the tissues.
Okay. And did you make any determination of how that could occur? How would that type of injury occur?
Neck compression.
Okay. Now, neck compression literally means compressing of the neck. Is that
Yes.
part of the definition I'm okay
That's
on?
literally, yes.
Okay.
literally.
Now, hypothetically, would somebody with a lot of force using their hands be able to create that type of neck compression?
Yes.
Would an individual using a knee on the throat be able to create that type of neck compression?
Yes.
Would an individual using a shoe or boot on the throat be able to do that type of neck compression?
Yes.
How long would it take for continued compression of the neck to result in death?
So the answer to that question is a little complex. If somebody is unable to defend themselves, let's say they're unconscious or they can't move for some reason, and pressure is applied to the neck, it's only going to take a matter of minutes, 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, opposed to somebody who's able to fight back. It might take a little longer. How long, I don't know.
And were you able to determine if Mr. Murray was still alive when this was going on?
Yes.
And how were you able to determine that?
So the cause of death I've listed here is neck compression, but there's also a mechanism of death. Just because you break a hyoid bone doesn't mean you die from that. What he actually died from was asphyxia. This is the mechanism of death. Asphyxia, in the lightest terms, you compress the neck, and the jugular veins and carotid arteries, which bring blood to the head and from the head, are compressed. This is where the asphyxia occurs. It takes only about 11 pounds of pressure to do that, which is basically the weight of your head. The reason I know it's neck compression is because the hyoid bone is fractured.
Okay. Did you determine a cause of death?
Yes,
And can you tell us what the cause of death was in Mr. Murray's passing?
neck compression. And I contributed blunt force head and neck trauma too.
And did you determine a manner of death?
Yes,
And what was your determination of manner of death?
homicide.
Okay. The injuries that you observed and the multiple injuries, Was there anything about those injuries that indicated it could only have been caused by a single individual acting alone?
No,
Was there anything about the multitude of injuries that you observed that excluded multiple participants in the causing of that death?
no,
Was there any type, talk about those neck compressions that we talked about. If I was, let's say, a 130-pound male, and I was trying to cause that neck compression, could a 130-pound male cause those neck compressions?
yes.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Okay, cross-exam Zuazo. Come on up.
So did she just say 2 people did it?
For a break, the break is going to require you to stay in your jury room. We'll bring you back as soon as we can. All right. Please be seated. And so now we're cross-exam Zuazo.
Thank you very much. Dr. Ryan, my name is Michael McCarthy. I know I met you back on the 17th of December when you gave your preliminary examination testimony in this case. I have questions to ask you. I'll tell you the same thing I told you that day. I have some questions to ask you this morning regarding your testimony. And if I don't make myself clear, please tell me that, and I'll rephrase the question, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now, the manner of death is neck compression. That's the main thing that led to the death of Mr. Murray, correct?
Yes, the cause of death.
The cause of death. And while he sustained some tears in his scalp that are documented through the photographs that we've just looked at, those by themselves would not be the cause of death, correct?
No, the tears in the scalp would not be a cause of death.
It was the asphyxiation that actually caused his death, correct?
Yes, asphyxiation by neck compression and by the blunt force trauma sustained to the head and neck. Why? Because when you have blunt force trauma and he's breaking his jaw and it's bleeding into his nose and mouth, he's inhaling while he's still conscious, inhaling blood. If you're inhaling anything but air, you can't breathe. So that's part of the asphyxiation and why that's contributing.
And the way that you were able to make that determination is by examining Mr. Murray's lungs, correct?
That's correct.
And you found inside those lungs something that should not have been there, as well as all these other injuries, but blood in his lungs.
That's correct, under the microscope.
And that is the thing that led to the asphyxiation that ultimately caused his death.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, this hyoid bone, you've given a description of where it is, just at the top of your neck before you get up into your jaw area. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And you also talked about a fractured jaw. Those are 2 separate injuries, correct?
This is correct.
And now we have a jaw that, well, it's on both sides of our face, obviously. Was Mr. Murray's jaw fracture on one side or the other, or was it in the middle?
It was on one side, I believe the right side, and I don't recall the other. It was multiple places. Not in
jaw?
the middle though, but on the sides.
Okay, so the jaw fracture is separate from the hyoid bone fracture, which was multiple, correct? The
This is
hyoid?
correct.
And the
Yes.
jawbone was also multiple, correct?
Yes,
You said it took substantial force to create that injury, and also sustained compression in order to fracture the hyoid bone, correct?
yes,
Now, because the jaw and the hyoid bone are in close proximity on the body to one another, would the same actions lead to both of those injuries, those fractures to the jaw as well as the fractures to the hyoid bone?
So the jaw is more from a blunt force trauma, any kind of hitting with an object or kicking or punching. The hyoid bone being fractured is the neck compression, more specifically.
Can you tell, after you conducted the autopsy or while you're conducting the autopsy, which of those injuries was sustained first?
No,
You can just look at the body, or all you're able to do is look at the body and note the injuries, correct?
this is correct.
All right. But you also said that as to the compression, the neck compression, it was over a sustained period of time, correct?
This is correct.
Now, on direct examination, Mr. Petrofessa asked you a question regarding whether a person of 130 pounds would be able to put that kind of pressure, that sustained pressure on the neck and cause the fracture of the hyoid bone. Remember that question?
Yes, I do.
And you said that's a possibility,
Yes.
correct? And that's all dependent upon somebody being unable to defend themselves, correct?
Unable or not, somebody could do that. It just would take a longer time if somebody was able to defend themselves and, you know, push somebody off of their neck. Because really you're compressing the blood vessels there and you're asphyxiating.
Yes. And
So that's why the time has to be sustained for the brain to just go anoxic, meaning oxygen is not being delivered, and for you to die.
So a person who's got their hands bound is going to have a hard time, and their feet have a hard time fighting that off, correct? That
Yes, they
sustained
might.
compression.
Yes.
Now, would a person, I asked you this question at the preliminary examination, and I asked then, I formed the question in such a way, I asked if a person in excess of 300 pounds would be capable of providing the amount of sustained pressure, the compression, that led to the fracture of the hyoid bone, the two fractures that Mr. Murray sustained.
Yes.
Now, having more information, I'm going to ask you a similar but somewhat different question. Would a person, a man, weighing 450 pounds be capable of exerting the type of sustained pressure that is caused by, that led to the death of Mr. Murray because of the fracture to his hyoid bone?
What you're saying, if somebody that weight can sustain
That
the
weight.
injury? Yes.
And 450 pounds is a substantial amount of weight, correct?
Yes.
And a person of that size could put that amount of pressure, or the required amount of pressure, to fracture the hyoid bone, correct?
Yes, this is correct.
Now, I know you said that a person that's 130 pounds could do the same thing, correct?
Yes.
All right, but you don't have any evidence about a person being 130 pounds doing that, correct?
No, I would not know who did it, what they
Sure.
look like, or what they weighed.
And when a person sustains that type of injury, I know you said there was internal bleeding, but I noted from the autopsy photographs that Mr. Murray, unfortunately and tragically, had quite a bit of external bleeding around the head, correct?
Yes, he did.
And that blood flowing, coming from his body when he was alive, correct?
Yes.
Rather than being dead, correct?
Yes.
Because when, and I know you understand this, and I just want to make certain that the jury understands it, when a person dies and their heart stops beating, then blood does not emanate freely or flow from the body, correct?
Yes, this is correct.
It's
Maybe
more-
maybe it will, but just a little bit, not as much as he had.
Because what it is then, when a person is deceased and their heart has stopped, it's gravity that leads to the blood coming out of the body, more so than the pump that is
Well,
your
no,
heart.
not gravity. It actually is the pump. If the heart is no longer pumping, then blood's just going to cease to flow and it'll stop where it is.
That's what I'm saying, it's gonna stop.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, you know from your study of Mr. Murray, your examination of Mr. Murray's body, that this went on for as long as 10 minutes while he was alive, and the cause of his death, the blood in his lungs, accumulated while that tremendous compression was being placed on his neck, correct?
Yes, correct. Although I
And-
don't know how much time it
Okay.
took.
So would you agree that if a person is immobilized, as it's evident Mr. Murray was at the time of his death, and this person is, the pressure is being exerted by a person weighing 450 pounds, it might not take the entire 10 minutes, correct? On hyoid bone?
It might not, if he's completely unable to fight back.
The timing, you said it looks, and you don't have any evidence based on what it was that you were able to observe of the body with the bagged feet and the bagged hands, how Mr. Murray's body was delivered to your autopsy room, that he did any fighting back, correct?
I would not know that, no.
Right, and it doesn't look evident that he did, given those circumstances, right?
If he were tied up and then sustained injuries, he probably would have a harder time fighting back, yes.
And one of the things that you documented in the photographs that we looked at was his hands, both his right and his left hand, correct?
That's correct.
And you didn't note any injuries to those?
No injuries.
Okay, so that means nobody's in a fist fight, or he wasn't in a fist fight.
Correct.
I mean, it doesn't look that way
Doesn't
in
appear.
terms of what you're able to observe during the autopsy, correct?
That's correct.
So then, this 10 minutes that you talked about, is that, I mean, obviously you weren't there, so you don't know as an eyewitness, but 10 minutes is an approximation, it could have been a shorter period of time?
It could have been shorter, it could have been longer.
Okay, is there, I know you measured or I don't know that until the jury, did you measure the amount of blood that was in each of Mr. Murray's lungs?
No, I did not, and the reason is I can't quantify it. It's kind of like you get like a soaked rag of blood and you're trying to squeeze and measure. So it's not something that I can quantify.
Okay.
I just know it's there.
You know that it's
'Cause I can
there,
see it.
and would you consider what you were able to see, and know for a fact was indeed blood in each lung, was it a minimal amount, was it a medium amount, was it a substantial amount? What measurement would you use, just because of the way you, based on your experience as an expert, you were able to observe?
It was a moderate amount, and this is the reason it contributes, moderate to severe. If it was minimal, I probably wouldn't contribute it, but it's more than that.
And because it's more than that, that is the reason why your cause of death, or what you have said is Mr. Murray's cause of death, but your conclusion is this neck compression leading to the asphyxiation.
Yes.
And the asphyxiation is caused by the blood in the lung.
Is caused by the compression of the vessels in the neck, one, and number two, the blood in the lung.
Two causes.
Yes, it's a contributor. The blood in the lung is a contributing cause.
Okay, the real cause
And then
is
the
that
main cause is
sustained
the neck.
pressure on the neck.
This is correct.
And whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 12 minutes, that's the cause of death, no matter how long it took, correct?
This is correct.
And the bigger the force, the faster it would have gone.
Likely it could have, yes.
A 450-pound person could accomplish that end a lot more quickly than a hypothetical 130-pound person, correct?
Maybe, if they were able.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Will you do draft?
Yes, Jim.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a few questions on that. You didn't go to the scene.
I don't.
Okay, and if the scene had shown a lot of blood at the scene, you would agree from what you just testified, that means that the heart is still pumping to put that amount of blood out there. Is that correct?
Yes, this is correct.
The blood isn't flowing at the scene until his heart stops. Would you agree with that?
It is not flowing, or?
It wouldn't continue to flow
This is
until he
correct.
passes, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, there was some testimony earlier that you said he was conscious during this period because you have the blood inside his lungs, right?
Right.
And Mr. McCarthy asked about him being immobile, I think at some point in his cross-examination. Immobile has a lot of different terms, and it can be vague for definition. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Okay. If I'm bound with my hands and zip tied, that doesn't mean I'm immobile at that point, does it?
no,
Okay, I can still struggle with my hands like this.
sure,
Okay, I can still fight back with my hands like this.
yes,
Okay, the pressure on the neck, is that pressure on the neck from a frontal pressure? Could it be from a side pressure? Could it be from a rear pressure?
it's not from the rear, because the bone is in the front, so it could be in the front or the side.
Okay, so if a person is conscious and they're struggling, there would have to be some other way to keep that head from flailing while that pressure is being placed on the throat. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
And there's nothing that you've testified to that couldn't be caused by a 200-pound man. Is that correct?
that's correct.
And the amount of time and pressure on that throat, if you start that pressure and you're choking and you're struggling and you're fighting, but you break loose of it for 10 seconds, for 30 seconds as you're struggling for your life, could that reset the clock of how long it's going to take?
Well, yes,
Okay, if a person is conscious and they're just not lying there letting you do this, that time period could change depending on how much of a fight is going on.
yes, that's right.
I don't have any other questions.
Did you want to follow up?
Just on the fight going on, Doctor, you don't have any evidence about a fight going on. You can't see that from what you observed in the autopsy, correct?
Correct, I just know injuries on Mr. Murray.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Anything, any follow up on
No,
that?
Judge.
Okay. Come on up. Give you a break, so you're gonna go back to your jury room. The break is gonna require that you stay in your jury room.
All right, the jury, please.
All right, we'll take that moment for discussion. Everybody please be seated.
Okay, they know. Why does it take so long to get a jury in the room?
All right, so I want to go over a couple of things that I noted in your report. So under evidence of injuries, which is on page 3 of the report, you have a section that you labeled blunt force injuries. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And blunt force, as we talked about a little bit previously, but I'd like to make sure the jury understands, blunt force means that the person that you're examining was hit with something, correct?
Something blunt, yes.
Okay. Which could be a fist, could be an object, correct?
This is correct.
All right. And blunt force trauma, would you agree with me? It's not as definite as, let's say, a gunshot, where you're able to determine that a bullet hit someone because there's an entrance and an exit wound. Blunt force, you can't really say what the force was, you just know that it was blunt, correct?
This is correct.
Now, unless there is evidence of like a bite wound or a ligature mark or an imprint of a boot, again, you're not able to determine exactly what the cause of the injury was, correct?
That's correct.
Blunt force can even be when someone falls and hits the floor, correct?
Yes, of course.
So it is possible that some of the injuries that Mr. Murray sustained were caused by him falling, correct?
It's possible, yes.
Now, I believe you testified that none of the injuries to the head, the lacerations that we saw, are immediately life-ending, correct?
Not by themselves,
Correct.
immediately.
All right, so let's now move to the neck. You listed obviously neck compression as the primary cause of death, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a fractured or broken hyoid bone does not mean, in itself, does not mean immediate death, correct?
This is correct.
Now, you previously testified that to fracture or to break this bone, it would have been direct pressure, specifically to the neck, correct?
Yes.
Again, that could be an object being pressed to the neck, correct?
Yes, it could be.
Could be hands, could be a knee. You're not able to tell us.
That's right.
Now, is it fair to say that it's not actually the amount of force, it's actually the location of force that's most important for any type of injury to that area?
To the neck, you mean?
Yes.
Not the amount, but sorry, say that again.
So it's not necessarily the amount of pressure, it's actually where you're pressing,
It's,
or a combination of both.
well, it's a combination of both.
And as you described the hyoid bone, you said it's pretty high up in the neck, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And here we saw that jaw or the mandible was fractured, and that is pretty close to the hyoid bone, correct?
That's correct.
Here you did not observe any type of ligature marks, like as if something like a rope or something had been tied around the neck, correct?
That's correct.
You did not notice any finger marks either, correct?
That's correct.
Now, I want to spend a little bit of time going over the rest of your report. You spent a good amount of time on the cardiovascular system, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you noted that he had 3 bypass grafts in his main coronary arteries, correct?
Yes, I did.
You also noted that he had heart disease, correct?
Yes, he did.
You think?
You also noted he had aortic arteriosclerosis severe.
He's 72.
And the aorta is responsible for carrying the oxygenated blood from the heart to the rest of the body, correct?
Yes, it
He's
is.
72. You think?
You also
he had
noted in
heart
that same
disease?
section that he had an
Everybody
enlarged
has
heart,
disease.
correct?
Yes.
Are you trying to say that's why he died? Doesn't
Would you agree with
matter.
me that someone with severe heart disease has a greater chance of dying during
Home
loss of blood
invasion.
compared to someone with a healthy heart?
Doesn't
Just in
matter.
general or in this case?
In general.
In general, yes.
Doesn't matter. Home invasion doesn't matter.
Now, you testified that
Don't even try it.
when someone's heart actually stops, the blood would stop coming out of the body. Is that correct?
Yes. Or very minimally it would come out.
Okay. And I think you testified that you had not actually seen photos of the scene. You just see the person that is brought to you, is that correct?
I did not go to the scene, but I did see
You
photos.
did see photos. And from those photos, you were able to determine that there was quite a bit of blood surrounding Mr. Murray, correct?
Yes, I do recall that.
Okay. So taking that with the evidence of finding blood in Mr. Murray's lungs, it was your determination that he was alive for a period of time, correct?
Yes,
After sustaining the injuries, I should say.
yes.
You also testified that the injuries to the neck, which ultimately led to Mr. Murray's death, when Mr. Petrofessa asked you, could have been done by a 150-pound man, correct?
Yes, they could have.
If we were just looking at the binding with the duct tape, the binding on the wrists and the feet and the mouth, that would have not caused death without any other injuries, correct?
Correct.
I have nothing further.
Redirect.
Just briefly. We're in agreement that Mr. Murray didn't die of a heart attack, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and we're also in
Thank
agreement that he
you.
was conscious during this attack up
Yeah.
until his heart stopped?
Up until he asphyxiated, or lack of oxygen to the brain. Yes.
And there was a lot of blood at the scene?
Yes, as I recall.
And you've already noted that Mr. Murray was almost 300 pounds,
Yes.
and he was 6 foot tall?
Yes, he was.
If Mr. Murray, when he was bound, wasn't just laying with his hands down at his side, not fighting back, then somebody would have direct access to that throat area, correct?
Yes.
But if he's fighting, if he's struggling, at that point in time, it would be very difficult, because you're also dealing with the person that's struggling and fighting as you're doing that, is that correct?
Yes, it would make it more difficult.
And once the neck compression starts to that throat, if somebody was to break that pressure as it was going on, even for 20, 30 seconds as they're struggling around, would that reset the clock of how you have to start again to inflict that injury to stop?
Yes, it would.
No other questions, Judge?
You want to follow up? No. Okay, all right, come on up, lawyers, please.
There was a trial that Mike did, Law Talk with Mike did, where this guy did a home invasion. Like, it was a carjacking and a home invasion. They carjacked this woman and made her take them to her house, and then they did a home
Take a break,
invasion.
so I will see you back momentarily.
And this was an old lady. I forgot how old she was, but he SA'd her, and she had heart problems, but she didn't die at the time. She died later, like within a 12-month period, so not the same year, but within a year of the thing. And they couldn't charge him with her murder because she died of heart problems that was probably exacerbated by the SA and the home invasion and the carjacking and everything that happened, but they couldn't charge him with murder because she died of natural causes later. And that made me so mad, because I was like, she would probably still be alive, happy and healthy and everything. And then this chick gets up there and like, oh, well, did you know that he'd had a bypass, a cardiac bypass? And did you know that he had heart problems? And yeah, he's 72. Pretty much the majority of people that are in their 70s have cardiac problems. And this guy was 300 pounds? Yeah. But that's not what killed him. He was strangled to death. That's what killed him. Don't even try it, woman. Carla. At least I'm glad that the prosecutor stood up and said
Hang out here for a few more minutes until
heart
both
attack
doors are
was not
brought
his
in,
cause
and
of death,
I'll
though,
ask
right?
them whether or not they have some questions, and then we'll excuse you. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
You may be seated.
Now what is happening? Is it a break or what? Oh, yeah, we want to see this guy bite his nails for however long this break is. Yeah, as she gets older, she's gonna have to do something with that hair. Like, have layers cut around her face or something. Because as she gets older, that's gonna be too harsh of a look. Wrinkles and dark hair like that don't go well together. Especially long and straight. It's gonna pull her face down. I'm not doing anything inappropriate here, guys. I'm just critiquing the hairstyle. It's pretty now. I really like her hair. As she gets older, that straight dark hair accentuates the wrinkles as she ages. I know from experience, so I need to get mine layered again. It's starting to get all one length. Look, well, not all one length, but like just blah the straight, just the straight down. I need layers. I need to go get layers cut. We gonna work today, people, or what? Travis has a fit when I'm like, I gotta go get my hair cut. Give me $25. He's like, $25? Like, yes, honey. Women pay more to get their hair cut. Only cost me 10. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're a guy. And you don't have as much to cut.
Security, please.
I got him that pit bull razor thing, head shaver thing for Christmas last year, year before, I don't remember. So now he just gets it himself, and then he'll say, "Come get the back for me." So he has a like a buzz cut thingy now.
Please be seated. Any other questions for Dr. Brian?
No, Your Honor.
Dr. Brian, you may step down. No objection excusing Dr. Brian?
No objection, Your Honor.
Or you are excused. Thank you for your patience. People, next witness.
You call Detective Conley.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand. I swear affirm the testimony you're going to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Thank you. Please be seated and tell us your name.
Detective Jordan Conley.
Your witness.
Okay. And Detective, can you spell your first name and your last name for us, please?
Jordanconley.
And Detective Conley, where are you employed?
With the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
And what's your current title?
I'm a detective out of the Rochester Hills substation.
And how long have you been a detective?
Just under 6 years.
Okay. And prior to being a detective, were you, what were your duties?
I worked road patrol in Rochester Hills.
Okay. And how many years total do you have of law enforcement experience?
17.
17 years? Okay. And are you the officer in charge in this case that you've been here for all week?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what does it mean to be an officer in charge?
You're assigned the case. You, obviously in a case of this magnitude, there's a lot more moving parts. On a normal case, you would do the full investigation yourself, all the way through delivering it to the prosecutor for review of charges. Obviously in this matter, there's a lot more moving parts, a lot more detectives and other people were involved. So usually I was a point of contact. As detectives did jobs, they would report back to me, or our command, who would then relay the information to me about what was obtained, what was found, information that I needed to be aware of in the case. As well as Detective Packmeyer, we'd heard earlier, he was assisting OIC in this matter. Once the evidence was collected and information was collected, it was submitted to the prosecutors.
How are you assigned to be an OIC in a case?
Through one of my command officers, whether it be our lieutenant or sergeant, is normal route of how I would be. The night of the incident, I don't recall if it was our detective lieutenant or detective sergeant, but I was advised that I would be OIC of the case and that Detective Packmeyer would be assisting me.
So would it be fair to say it's just luck of the draw at that point if you're working that day, things like that?
It's a decision that they made.
Okay. And were you, did you arrive on scene to the 3730 Newcastle Drive on the day of the homicide?
I did.
Okay. And were you initially dispatched there, or was that something you came to later on in the afternoon?
It was, we overheard the call while in the office, over the radio. Obviously there was multiple road patrol units heading to the area. I then, I drove normal traffic as I have an unmarked vehicle, so I thought it would be, you know, appropriate to drive normal traffic without lights and sirens in case the suspect vehicle was to be observed. I wouldn't be coming with all the lights and sirens to indicate that I was a police officer at that time.
And prior to arriving on scene that day, were you given the assignment of officer in charge, or did that just get handed down later?
No, that was handed down a little while into the incident. I don't recall exactly the time frame.
Okay. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because we've heard a lot of testimony from Detective Packmeyer and some of the other detectives and deputies who did things in this case. I want to ask you a question. Does the Oakland County Sheriff's Office have a computer crimes division?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And what function do they serve in your role as an officer in charge investigating crimes?
As most of the time, if we have a cell phone that we view as evidence, computers, any electronic storage devices, they're able to examine those items, obtain information off of those items. We've also used them where they'll come to scenes and help with security footage. You know, a lot of times gas stations, other places with security footage, they don't even know how to use their own system or obtain the video off that. So the computers crime unit will come out, assist with obtaining, you know, videos such as that.
So during investigations, and if there's ring camera or surveillance video, and you would request our services to come out and help obtain any sort of digital media that would be necessary?
Yes, if it was something that was above our knowledge or ability, yes, we would.
Do you usually give them cell phones to examine or extract data from during your investigations?
Yes, it's very, very common in investigations. Everybody has cell phones on them. Everybody uses cell phones. Cell phone examinations very common in multiple investigations that I've completed.
Okay. And once you give them a cell phone, what do they give back to you?
Usually, sometimes if they find something that is blaring, they may just provide a report regarding that. Most of the time, they provide a USB, which has a program called Cellbrite on it. It essentially dumps all the information from the phone into that program. It's an exact, from what my understanding, it's an exact copy of what's on that phone, whether it's stored on the phone, recently deleted, some of that is still stored on the phone. It's a copy of what was on the phone, and you use this program to view through the items that were taken off of the phone at that time.
I want to follow up on a question that you said. Sometimes if something's blaring, they'll send it over to you. Is that what you testified to?
I've seen the skeleton of the world's tallest man. It's in Ripley's Believe It or Not in St. Augustine.
Yes, sometimes they do go through some things if you tell them that there's something very specific that you're looking for. And if they notice that item, they will contact you and send that item over to you.
So that was the next question. Sometimes, because the computer crimes aren't necessary, they're not the officer in charge, sometimes they don't go on scene. Do you give the cell phone examiner or the detectives at the Oak County Sheriff's Office certain parameters that you may be looking for in your investigation to speed it up?
It depends on the investigation. Obviously, if it's a child sexually abusive material case, you would indicate to them that that's something that you're looking for in this device, and obviously if they see images such as that, they would give you the heads up and indicate to you pretty quickly that information is available.
Over 7.
So it'd be fair to say if you don't give them the certain parameters or certain things to look for, they just then give you an image or a copy of that particular cell phone in that Cellbrite software.
That is correct. I would receive a USB or hard drive and would have to go through all the contents of the phone myself.
And you were mentioning this Cellbrite. Is this a report mechanism or software that they then give you and you can review?
To be honest with you, I'm not. It's an application that comes on the USB, and that's how the information is viewed through that program.
So outside of how the software works or anything like that, that's not an area where you're
I don't have much knowledge beyond. That's the program that's on there, and that's what's used to view the contents of the phone.
So another question is, so is that Cellbrite program they give you, does that allow you to help search easier and things like that? It's just a report.
Yes, it has different tabs such as instant messages, chats, photos, videos. There's multiple different tabs that it breaks down the information into to make it a little bit easier to search. If you're looking for certain pictures, you can click on the photo and begin to go through the data that's in the images or photos. I forget how it's actually titled on the tabs.
But it's just an easily presentable thing for you to read and look at and search for information.
Yes.
Okay. And your knowledge and experience in your years in the detective bureau, do you know how many Cellbrite reports that you've gone through?
I couldn't even make a guess at this point. Probably 50 plus at least.
Okay. And as part of being the officer charged in this particular case that you're here for today, were you tasked with authoring and obtaining search warrants of cell phones?
Yes, I was.
Okay. In this matter, did you obtain a search warrant for defendant Joshua Zuazo?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And do you recall when you were able to obtain the search warrant?
I believe that search warrant was obtained on October 14th, following him being taken into custody.
Okay. And so you drafted a search warrant for the cell phone. How did you know that cell phone that you were getting a search warrant for belonged to the defendant?
It was removed from him when he was taken into custody.
Okay. And after obtaining a search warrant for the phone, what did you do with this phone?
At that time, one of the computer crimes detectives, Detective Boyce, was actually at our office at the time. The cell phone was handed to me by the transporting deputy, Deputy Bander. I then took it, handed it to Detective Boyce from the computer crimes unit, who put it into a sealed bag and transported it to the computer crimes, their office, once I had obtained the search warrant and handed him a copy of the search warrant.
Okay. And once you gave that phone, or Detective Boyce took this phone, did you eventually get returned a cell-brite extraction of the defendant's cell phone?
I did.
Okay. And when you were given this cell-brite report of his phone, did you review that cell-brite report?
I did.
And did it include text messages that you reviewed?
It did.
Okay. And this particular report, did you review text messages from Mr. Zuozo and Mr. Hernandez?
I did.
Okay. And how were you able to determine that was communications between Defendant Hernandez and Defendant?
I was a teenager. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they had the skeleton for the world's tallest and the skeleton for the world's shortest, and they had them side by side in a case. So I don't know if the record's been broken. I have no idea. I was a teenager and we went to St. Augustine and we did, which is like 2 hours from where I live. We did the fort, the Fountain of Youth, and Ripley's Believe It or Not, which now is supposedly haunted and they do ghost tours at night. I ain't doing that. But I would like to go back and see the museum part again. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that's still there or not, but I remember that. That and the two-headed goat. I remember those are the two, the only two that stick out in my mind. The two-headed goat and the tallest man and the shortest man.
Zuozo.
Through the investigation, obviously on the cell-brite report, for that particular phone, it indicates the cell phone number, indicates who the owner is and what the owner number is. And through the text message conversations, both phone numbers are listed, who it's to, who it's from, and I recognize the other number as the phone number for Mr. Hernandez, specifically that he used when purchasing the signs, as we heard yesterday.
And you personally reviewed those messages?
I did.
Okay, give me 1 second. And of course, the computer. Okay, and at this time, Your Honor, the people are going to move to amend published People's Proposed Exhibit 23. There'll be text messages.
St. Augustine.
Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Zuazo, those were previously given to both counsels.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, I have received and reviewed all of those documents.
No objection. Part 23 is in.
Okay. And Detective, this is going to bring it back to
Probably 9 minutes from elementary school. We're going to actually sit there and read through some of these, and we're going to ask you a question about these, okay?
Yes, sir.
And does that pop up on your screen right there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and this is a copy, or this is what a cell-brite report will look like, an extraction report. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it appears to be an extraction report from cell-brite.
Okay, is this the extraction report that you did for messages between Defendant Zuazo and Defendant Hernandez?
It's the one I viewed. I believe it's the one that was supplied to me by Detective Boyce.
Oh, Detective Boyce.
I believe he made the actual extraction report.
Okay, and so I see there's a little, I would say, column on the left that says participants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and based on your review of other extraction reports, it lists the participants that are going to be in that particular messaging that you're reviewing.
Yes.
Okay, and what is that first name on there for the participant?
Joshua Zuazo _ Zuozo 07 at iCloud.com.
Okay, and the way that's presented as the first name, is that the device where that this particular messaging or report is extracted from?
I'm not sure what order they would actually,
Okay.
the cell-brite actually puts that in.
Okay, and you see the second one, it says, it's SOSO.
And who do you know that to be based on your investigation of this?
Based on the phone number and through the investigation, that's the phone number used by Carlos Hernandez.
So the Zuozo is Carlos Hernandez's phone number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that other participant is going to be, that phone number, who is that associated with?
I believe that's the actual device, the phone number that's for the device of Joshua Zuazo.
Now, do you mind if I sit down so I can easily scroll through here? Okay. And just by reference, detective, this particular message, can we know who the sender is on this?
Yes, if you notice at the top, it says from, and then it gives a phone number, and the contact name is Zuozo, which in the participants was determined to be Carlos Hernandez.
Okay, and far as you know, I'm an Android user, so I'm, not friendly in group messaging. The colors would be different. Does the colors on this particular report, does that correspond to the type of device, or that's just the way Cellbrite does it?
I believe that's the way that Cellbrite does it.
Okay. And this message is coming from Defendant Hernandez to the phone number that you have associated with Defendant Zuozo?
Yes, as it indicates next to the phone number, it shows the designation as owner, which is the cell phone that we provided to obtain these messages.
Okay, and what does this message say that's coming from Defendant Hernandez to Defendant Zuozo?
It says, I know how to use a lockpick set, and I'm a get one.
And what is that dated?
That was September 16th of 2024. It appears to be 11:45 p.m.
Let's scroll down to some more messages, okay? And would this be the same person sending it and the same person receiving it, and this next set of messages in the top left?
The blue one?
Yes.
Yes, it is the same sender and receiver.
And what does that say?
That says we can get into some shit now.
And what is the response?
The response is from the owner phone, which was Mr. Zuozo says to Mr. Hernandez, and it states any lock, question mark.
And the response from Mr. Hernandez?
Mr. Hernandez responds, any lock.
And the response?
Yes.
And this message, the one in blue right here, from Mr. Hernandez to to Defendant Zuozo, what does that say?
We need a car.
What is that dated?
That's September 20th, 2024 at 7:21 p.m.
And the response?
Let me call the lot.
And the next proof of message, and what does Defendant Hernandez say?
Okay.
And the response?
Mr. Zuozo states, he said no luck yet.
And what is the response from Mr. Hernandez in this message?
We have to have one.
And is that also dated September 20th, or is that dated September 20th, 2020?
Oh, that last message is September 20th, 2024 at 7:24 p.m.
And what does Defendant Zuozo say in this message in green right here?
He says, we may have to get one.
And what is the response from Defendant Hernandez?
It don't matter, we need one, however we do it.
And the next message?
And possibly a dolly.
Excuse me, we have clarification on who's the sender and possibly a dolly.
No issues with that. And on here, who is the sender of the message and possibly a dolly?
That appears to be a message from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo.
And just for the record, all these messages here are going to be from to and from Defendant Hernandez and Zuozo and vice versa.
I believe in so far that appears to what it should be, according to the participants.
Okay. And going over several Cellbrite reports in your being a detective bureau, this is appears to be a text message containing some images. Would that be fair to say?
Correct.
Okay, and then during the full extraction, if we were to have the full extraction here, would it be fair to say you'd be able to click on it and the image could be either thumbnail or a big image, depends on how that is.
Yeah, the images may have also been saved in the image folder as your phone during messages sometimes takes snippets of images that are in messages and places it in in places that would fall into the image folder when the Cellbrite and the phone dump are done.
Okay, and Detective Conley, on this message that we're reviewing right here on your screen and up there, this message is being sent by who?
It's being sent by Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo.
Okay, and the date of this is?
This is October 4th, 2024, looks like 6 o'clock p.m.
And this particular message, this text message, what does that display?
It displays DTE images that through the investigation were very similar to the images that were sent to him by Mr. Saucedo from the sign shop.
Okay. And this is, again, this is from Defendant Hernandez, Defendant Zuozo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then these up here, I'm not gonna have you read out loud since they're not relevant. What, this, right here on, from Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez, the bottom right here, what does it say?
Says Sam might be fired. No vehicle to work in. I'm finna go all in on something soon.
And this message right here on the top, who's sending this?
Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo.
And what does that say?
I promise you, bro, what we planning gonna be it.
Okay, and when was that sent?
That was October 6, 2024 at 2:25 p.m.
Thank you. And this next message, Detective, what does it say? Let me scroll down.
This one's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo. It states, it's gonna get us where we need to be.
And when was that sent?
October 6, 2024 at 2:25 p.m.
Okay, what's the date of this message on the top right here?
Top, you mean the top left?
Top left, yes, sir.
The date
Yes.
is October 9th, 2024 at 8:55 p.m.
Okay, and who's sending this message?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo.
And what does that say?
I'm about to leave now.
And what about the response? It would be the response from,
Mr. Zuozo to Mr. Hernandez is okay.
okay, and that's October 9th.
That's October 9th, 2024 at 8:55 p.m.
And the next message down here at the bottom of this page, what does that say?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuozo. It states, you ready.
Okay, a date in the bottom, what date is that?
That's October 10th, 2024.
Okay, and what time is that?
That's 8:20 a.m.
So this is communications the night before the homicide in Rochester Hills between Mr. Zuozo and Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Excuse me, was the time in the evening or the morning of the?
Is it?
10
I'll clarify that. Is that 8:20?
That's 8:20 a.m.
a.m.
Thank you. And this message in top right from Mr. Zuazo, what does he state here?
I already ate.
Okay, and this next message, would that also be Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez?
Yeah, that one is Mr. Zuazo's to Mr. Hernandez. I specifically do recall that as being a property release form, which Deputy Haglin also indicated he had found at Mr. Hernandez's house during the search warrant.
And this image that we have here through the cell phone.
While in the program, I was able to observe that image at full size.
Okay, and you've been sitting here for the last couple of days, would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
And is that one of the exhibits that people had admitted through Detective Haglin regarding something that he found during a search
Yes,
of
sir.
Hernandez's house?
Yes, sir.
And this message right here, what's the date on this?
That is October 10th, 2024 at 4:35 p.m.
And that's a copy that you saw of that release form?
Yes, it was a release form similar to the paperwork that I don't know if it's the exact physical copy that was found, but it's similar to the ones that were located at Mr. Hernandez.
Okay, and based on your knowledge, that particular piece of paper that we admit as an exhibit through Detective Haglin, that was found at the house that Mr. Hernandez and Man Diaz were staying at in Lincoln Park.
Yes, from his testimony yesterday, yes, sir.
And this particular message, though, is a copy of that image that's sent from defendant Zuazo to defendant Hernandez.
Yes.
And this message right here, top left in the blue, can you?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo. It states, "What is this?" And that's on October 10th, 2024, at 4:55 p.m.
And this next message in the green, what is this?
Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez states, "Waiver of damages." That's October 10th, 2024, 4:58 p.m.
And this next message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez states to Mr. Zuazo, "That's for a landlord, though. Read it." That's October 10th, 2024, 4:58 p.m.
And this one in the top right, can you read that first?
Mr. Zuazo's to Mr. Hernandez, "I get that. Just giving you an idea in case they refuse. Something else to sign. October 12th, or October 10th, 2024, 5:01 p.m.
And the next message?
Mr. Hernandez writes to Mr. Zuazo's, "The light's working." October 10th, 2024, 5:47 p.m.
And the next message over here?
Mr. Zuazo states to Mr. Hernandez, "The baby has my phone, so just call it back to back and he'll give it to me." October 10th, 2024, 6:02 p.m.
And the next message that we have here?
Mr. Hernandez states to Mr. Zuazo's, "Okay." October 10th, 2024, 6:02 p.m.
And based on your reading of Cellbrite reports, I see that it says message deleted reason. Do you know what that is?
I don't have exact knowledge of that. As my understanding of Cellbrite and the way phones store data is, sometimes you think you deleted something and your phone actually stores it in a separate location that can be extracted for some time, but I can't exactly test if messages were located in the phone.
Thank you. And the next message?
Mr. Zuazo states to Mr. Hernandez, October 10th, 2024, 6:02 p.m.
And the next message?
Mr. Zuazo states to Mr. Hernandez, both October 10th, 2024, 6:02 p.m.
Okay. And before I go down to the next message, based on your investigation, was there people who came to the Murray's residence on October 10th?
Yes,
Do you recall about what time that was?
I believe it was somewhere, I believe I was after 9 o'clock, before 10 o'clock, somewhere in that area. I would have to actually review the ring footage to see the actual timestamp of their exact.
But these messages between defendants, this would be the DT workers or the people who were dressed up as that came to that residence in Rochester.
These last messages that
Yes,
were
sir.
just read, yes, that is prior to that time period.
And this next message, what's the date and time on that?
The date and time on that is October 10th, 2024 at 11:05 p.m.
And who's sending this message?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo.
And what does that say?
States home, bro.
And what about this next message, detective?
That's Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez. Good shit. That's October 10th, 2024 at 11:06 p.m.
And as an officer in charge, would that be after the time, do you remember if this is after the time that the ring video that we reviewed on October 10th at the Rochester?
Yes, that's after the time period.
And this next message, detective, what time is this at? Date and time?
That one is October 10th, 2024 at 11:06 p.m.
And what does that say?
It appears to be a time. It's from Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez and states 8:45.
And the next message?
Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo, okay, and that's on October 10th, 2024 at 11:06 p.m.
And Inspector Connolly, this next message right here in the middle, what time is that?
The date and time on that one?
Yes, sir.
That one is October 10th, 2024 at 11:20 p.m.
And who's this message from and to?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo. It states, am I picking you up at 8:45 or you want to be out there by 8:45?
That's from defendant Hernandez to defendant Zuozo.
Yes.
And this next message, detective, what does that say?
That's from Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez. That says, be here at 8:45.
What's the date and time on that?
That one is October 11th, 2024. That's at 2:35 a.m.
This next message right here at the top in the blue. Can you, the date and time on that, please?
That is October 11th, 2024, 8:47 a.m.
And who is that to?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo, and that says, on my way.
And this next message right here in the green, detective.
That's from Mr. Zuazo to Mr. Hernandez, says, I'm up, and that is on October 11th, 2024 at 8:47 a.m.
And the next message, sir.
From Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Zuazo, says, okay, and that's October 11th, 2024 at 8:48 a.m.
And October 11th, 2024, that's the date of the death of Mr. Murray.
Yes, sir.
And while you were sitting here in the courtroom and while you reviewed all the evidence as officer in charge, were you aware of that Lowe's surveillance video that was admitted as an exhibit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this date and timestamp, was that before that Lowe's home video date and timestamp?
Yes.
And also, as part of your investigation, did you obtain a cell phone that belonged to Amanda Diaz?
That was obtained by Cato Parish and transported back up here when Detective Wendell Smith and Detective Weidman went down and picked up the property.
Okay, and as part as the officer in charge, did you author or request a search warrant for that phone?
That one I believe Detective Weidman did because there was some logistics where we weren't sure when we were going to be able to get the property. So he had initially authored one for Cato Parish to do a search of the phone. And then a secondary one was authored when it was determined that we were going to be bringing it back in a timely manner.
And was that phone searched pursuant to a valid search warrant here in Michigan?
Yes.
Okay. And did you give the cell phone in the same course and manner that you gave defendant Zuazo's phone over to the Oakland County?
That one came in a little bit different because in the they arrived back from Louisiana after driving for hours in the middle of the night, so detectives logged all the property into our property room. Those items were later picked up from the property room and transported over to the computer crimes unit by us.
Was a full cell phone extraction done of Mrs. Diaz's cell phone?
Yes,
Okay. And did you review that cell phone report of Amanda Diaz?
I did.
Okay. And did you go through that phone and review messages between Mr. Hernandez and Mrs. Diaz?
I did.
Your Honor, at this time, the people are going to move and admit people's proposed exhibit number 22 at this time, Your Honor.
I have no objection, Your Honor.
It's no.
And Detective, we're going to kind of have to do the same thing, okay?
Yes, sir.
And up here, this is a copy of the cell phone extraction report that was given to you or created in this for Mrs. Diaz's cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. And who are the participants in this particular cell phone extraction that we're going to go through?
The first one is a contact of and it is the phone number for Carlos Hernandez.
And that's the same cell phone number that we were just reviewing messages between the defendants?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who is this other participant here?
The other one is the owner phone, which was the phone known to be Amanda Hernandez's, or Amanda Diaz, which was taken in or seized while in Cato Parish.
And this first message on the top, we're going to have to do it in the same manner. Who is this to and who is this from?
This is from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states baby.
And then the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states yes, my love.
And this, these next three right here, would this be fair to say, are these from Ms. Amanda Diaz to Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, they appear to be.
And what does the first message say?
States, but I got a free Jackson.
And then the next one?
Guess what?
Okay. And this next one, can you give me the date and time on this one right here?
That is October 1st, 2024 at 1:46 p.m.
And who is that from?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez.
And what does that message say?
The badges were delivered.
And the next message?
You account still negative, and that's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on October 1st, 2024 at 1:50 p.m.
And then this next message, kind of same procedure, date and time.
That one is on September 28th, 2024 at 11:57 a.m. That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. It states, remember what I said, if you have to leave with nothing, that's okay. You're the most important.
And what's the next message?
The next message is from September 28th, 2024 at 11:58 a.m. from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, says, what if he's not home?
And what about the next two messages? Is that responses from Mr. Hernandez to Mr. Diaz?
Yes, it's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. The first one states, I know, baby. The second one states, he will be.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely an accomplice in this.
And what about this message up in blue right here?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda on September 28th, 2024 at 11:58 a.m.
And what does that say?
I'll text you when we make it up there.
And what about this next one in green?
That one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 28th, 2024 at 11:58 a.m. Says, as long as you know your life and freedom is important to me.
And Dr. Connolly, what about the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 28th, 2024 at 11:58 a.m. States, okay, baby.
And what about this next one, Detective?
The next one's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. That's going to be September 28th, 2024 at 12:08 p.m. Says, I know, it is, baby.
And can you read this next message?
The next one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 28th, 2024 at 12:29 p.m. Says, I'm gonna have to buy a hoodie. This weather ain't it.
And the next message is not a response. And then what about this next message, the date and time?
That one is on September 28th, 2024 at 12:44 p.m. from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. States, turn your phone off when you're out there, just in case.
And what's the next message?
The next one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 28th, 2024 at 12:45 p.m. States, or you think you don't need to.
And Detective Connolly, can you read the stop message for us?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 28th, 2024 at 1:31 p.m. States, I'm so nervous, but you guys seem to have it down. And I feel better now that you have a good getaway car.
What's the next message, Detective?
Next one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 28th, 2024 at 1:36 p.m. States, I still am really nervous though.
Detective, next one, please.
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. That's on September 28th, 2024. That's at 1:40 p.m. Mr. Hernandez states, it's going to be okay.
And what about this next one right here?
That one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 28th, 2024 at 1:40 p.m. Amanda states, promise.
And can you read the next message?
That one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 28th, 2024 at 1:57 p.m. States, I've been creeping on you.
And the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, September 28th, 2024 at 2:09 p.m. That one states, make sure you don't forget to take the tag off.
Okay, and what about the next one?
That one's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda on September 28th, 2024 at 2:39 PM. It appears to be we FKD up.
And the next one? Sorry. In this next one right here.
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez, what? And that's on September 28th, 2024 at 2:39 PM.
And this top message here in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. That's gonna be on September 30th, 2024 at 1:03 AM. I am, baby.
And this next message, detective.
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 1:03 AM. And it states, and make Yogi take it. Don't be doing all the work.
Okay, and based on your investigation in this case, detective, were you made aware of a stolen vehicle from Dearborn Heights?
Yes, the vehicle that was located burned out in Detroit, as we had heard from Mr. Keelan earlier, was stolen between the time of late the evening of September 29th and the early morning on September 30th.
And this message from Mrs. Diaz to Defendant Hernandez says, and make Yogi take it and don't be doing all the work.
Yes.
And detective, can you read this text message right here in the middle?
Yes, that's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's going to be on September 30th, 2024 at 1:05 AM. States, makes me mad. It's all on you because you're the brains and then the message ends.
And what about the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 1:15 AM. States, where you appears to be going, it's misspelled, to get a.
And this next message up here in the top right?
It's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 30th, 2024 at 1:18 AM. States, okay, just be careful. I'll be in the living room.
And the next message, detective?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda on September 30th, 2024 at 1:18 AM. Says, okay, I love you.
And the next message in the right here in the green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 1:18 AM. States, I love you more, husband.
Hey, detective, do you read that last message right here in the bottom right here?
That one is from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 1:42 AM. That message states, I know you not gonna take.
And can you read this message?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 2:05 AM. States, you good, baby? Question mark.
And what about the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's September 30th, 2024 at 2:29 AM. I'ma go to sleeps.
And detective, this message right here in blue, can you read that for us?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, September 30th, 2024, be at 2:43 AM. States, we just got a car.
And this time that's stamped here on September 30th, does that correspond with the reporting from the Dearborn Heights police report that you guys were?
Yes, it's within the time period that the vehicle was seen and then found to be gone.
And he says, we just got a car.
Yes.
And this next message right here in the green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 30th, 2024 at 2:43 AM. States, are you okay?
Can you read this next message?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on September 30th, 2024 at 2:43 AM. States, you driving our car? Question mark.
And what's the response?
For Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, on September 30th, 2024 at 2:43 AM, he responds, yes and yes.
And can you go ahead and read the one in the green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on September 30th, 2024 at 2:44 a.m. States, could you please move the cursor? Thank you. You sure there was no cameras around?
And what is the next response?
Mr. Hernandez responds with, yes, I'm sure. That's September 30th, 2024 at 2:46 a.m.
And these next messages, these are just these are just messages from Ms. Diaz to Mrs. Hernandez, or to Mr. Hernandez.
They appear to be.
And were these particular messages just about mundane marriage things?
Yes, appear to be.
And this message here in the blue, can you read that?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. That's on September 30th at 2024 at 3:07 a.m. States, about to take Yogi home now.
Let's skip this was out of place. And then this message right here, that one of the great.
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:28 p.m. What else you got to do?
And then what about the response?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda responds, get this shit. That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:28 p.m.
And what is the response in the green?
Amanda states to Mr. Hernandez, what shit? That's October 1st, 2024, 2:29
And this
p.m.
next message down here in the blue was, what is that?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states the signs. That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:29 p.m.
And these messages have nothing in them.
There was no content in the subreddit to those indicated.
And this one down here in the bottom, can you read that for us?
On October 3rd, 2024 at 5:55 a.m., Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez, you're probably gonna have to move that truck. Laugh out loud. She's like, that's not stolen, is it?
And can you read this message right here on the top, Detective?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on October 3rd, 2024 at 5:55 a.m. States, I told her it was Yogi's.
I'm not going to read these two. And Detective, this one on top here, can you read this one?
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez, how much money do you have, baby? That's October 3rd, 2024 at 3:45 p.m.
And then can you read the next one in this chain?
The next one's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on October 3rd, 2024 at 5:13 p.m. States, did you make sure the tracker is out of that truck?
Hey,
And then can you read these next two messages and give us a date and time?
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez on October 3rd, 2024 at 6 p.m. I love you, baby.
And can you read this top one, please?
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez on October 3rd, 2024 at 7:13 p.m. OMG, or oh my God.
And what is the response here in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda is what's wrong, baby? That's October 3rd, 2024 at 7:17 p.m.
And what's right, this one right here, date and time, can you read this for us?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez on October 3rd, 2024 at 7:24 p.m. Says, you gotta move the truck so we can take the garbage out.
And then this message on top.
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez, what do you need it for again? October 4th, 2024 at 6:26 p.m.
And then the next message that's down there, Detective.
Mr. Hernandez writes to Amanda on October 4th, 2024, 6:26 p.m. to make the pages and the badges.
And then the response from Mrs. Diaz.
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, okay, October 4th, 2024 at 6:26 p.m.
And then this one on top here.
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, that's October 6th, 2024, 8:53 p.m. States, I'm worried.
And then what is the response here in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, about what? October 6th, 2024 at 8:53 p.m.
And what about the response in green?
Amanda states to Mr. Hernandez, our house, October 6th, 2024 at 8:53 p.m.
And of course, the next question I ask you, what about the blue one at the bottom?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, it's okay, October 6th, 2024 at 8:53 p.m.
And the top one, sir?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, you sure, October 6th, 2024 at 8:53 p.m.
And what about this response in blue?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, trust me, it's okay, October 6th, 2024, 8:53 p.m.
And can you read this top one?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, well, we are only 5 days late on rent, not too bad. ANF, it's 7:54. And that's October 6th, 2024 at 8:54 p.m.
And then what about this message right here in the green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, October 6th, 2024, 8:55 p.m. It states, we just spent too much money in PR. That's what fucked us.
And what about this message here in blue down the bottom?
That one's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, yeah, but it will be okay. Them things will be ready tomorrow, and then we can go do that. That's October 6th, 2024 at 8:56 p.m.
And then can you read this top one?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. I don't know either. That's October 7th, 2024, 9:51 p.m.
And the next one?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, you sure you don't need anything else, baby? That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:04 a.m.
And what about that next bottom?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, I don't think so. Them badges would be nice. That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:04 a.m.
I hope he takes a English class in prison and learns some grammar.
And then can you read this bottom one here in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. Yeah, but I don't know how to make that. Plus, I don't think you need it. I'll look it up. That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:04 a.m.
And then right here, this message right here in green, the middle, the one is dated October 8, 2024. When you were reviewing the cell phone, did you make any notes of this particular text message? Do you recall?
I believe that was a link due to the computer that we have to use to usually view the Cellbrite program. It's not connected to the internet because a lot of times cell phone dumps are used for incidents with child sexually abusive material. So I'm not able to click on that link, but I do recall there being photos inside the phone that showed ID badges.
And can you just read off what that?
That's from Amanda to Carlos. The information in the message states custom ID badge, personalized employee photo identification card, customized plastic ID card for office worker, doctor, nurse, student / no punch hole. And that's on October 8th, 2024 at 12:06 a.m.
And then what is this next message here?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. Says something like that with no pictures. October 8th, 2024 at 12:06 a.m.
Okay, and this top message message here in blue, can you read that for us?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda on October 8th, 2024 at 12:07 a.m. states, takes too long to ship. I'm trying to be gone by Thursday.
And that was October,
That was October 8th, 2024 at 12:07 a.m.
okay, and do you recall what day of the week, October 11th of 24 was, when you arrived to the house?
I believe that was a Friday.
Okay. And so the night before on 10th, when you reviewed the ring camera, that would have been a Thursday?
Yes.
And can you read this message right here in the middle after that blue one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Her states, wait, I just needed the link to open my Amazon. That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:08 a.m.
And this one right here in blue, can you read that for us?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda states, okay, and make one for Yogi. Do his name as Jonathan Wright. That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:12 a.m.
And then what about this one here in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda states, make him an inspector too. October 8th, 2024 at 12:12 a.m.
And what about the next message? Exactly.
Amanda states to Mr. Hernandez, I did. That's October 8th, 2024 at 12:12 a.m.
And this message, these two messages in blue, can you go ahead and read those?
Both are from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. The first one states, okay, that was on October 8th, 2024 at 12:13 a.m. The second one states, did you print them? Same date at 12:13 a.m.
Can you read the top message and the other blue one underneath that as well?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. It states, it's BS. That's October 8th, 2024 at 1:10 a.m.
And what about the next one right here?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. States, but we will be leaving soon. October 8th, 2024 at 1:10 a.m.
Okay, and can you read this one, the green that's right here in the middle?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. States, I know, baby, but I don't want you rushing this. I don't want anything happening to you. October 8th, 2024, 1:11 a.m.
And what about this message in the blue at the bottom?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. States, it's going to be okay. October 8th, 2024 at 1:12 a.m.
And the second, this top one in the blue, can you read that for us?
It's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. States, I hope we get enough money to buy a house. October 8th, 2024, 1:14 a.m.
What about this next message in green?
He thought he
That's
said
from
get a
Amanda to
big
Mr.
score.
Hernandez. Me too, baby. Our own home. October 8th, 2024 at 1:15 a.m.
Go to work and earn it like everybody
Well,
else
this next one
does.
here in green.
On the same date and time, she also writes no rent. And that's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez.
And what about the response?
Mr. Hernandez on the same date and time from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, yes.
And can you read this one in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. States, if what I feel is here, we gon' be good. October 8th, 2024
We
at
gon' be good.
1:16 a.m.
And what's that response in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. That's on the same date and time. She replies with, so we can have a nice backyard.
That's sad.
And can you read this one, the green one down in the bottom for us?
That's on the same date and time. That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. States, I know I'm like, I wonder what's there.
And then, all right, read those. What's this down here, this blue one? Can you give us a, read that, give us a date time of that?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda. That's on October 9th, 2024 at 9:17 p.m. States, okay, just pulled up to Yogi's.
And what about this message here in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. states, "Okay, baby, don't be long. You need to do the truck," and sleeps. That's October 9th, 2024 at 9:17 p.m.
And can we, the one in blue?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda on October 9th, 2024 at 9:18 p.m. states, "I know."
And what is the response in green?
Amanda responds on the same date and time, "Be safe."
And what about the message in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, "Always am." That's October 9th, 2024 at 9:19 p.m.
Okay. And this top message right here, can you read that for us?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, "WYD, love," commonly known, "What are you doing?" That's October 10th, 2024 at 7:09 p.m.
And this message in blue, can you read that for us?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, "He's grabbing weed, then we coming back to get the truck." That's October 10th, 2024 at 7:10 p.m.
Okay. And as you also charged, this time is corresponding before when they appear on the Murray's porch on October 10th in the evening.
Yes, a couple hours prior.
And especially in green, can you read that for us?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, "Okay, baby, you ready and got your head ready?" October 10th, 2024 at 7:10 p.m.
And what about this message in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, "Yes." That's October 10th, 2024 at 7:10 p.m.
This one in green, please.
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "Just be careful." October 10th, 2024 at 7:11 p.m.
And what about this message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, "I am." October 10th, 2024 at 7:11 p.m.
And the message in green?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "Promise." That's the same date and time.
And what about this one in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda states, "Promise." October 10th, 2024 at 7:19 p.m.
Thank you. And message in green?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "I love you so much." October 10th, 2024 at 7:22 p.m.
And what about the response in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, "I love you too." October 10th, 2024 at 7:36 p.m.
What about this message right here in green where my cursor is?
Amanda writes to Mr. Hernandez, "You guys are gonna go this late." That's October 10th, 2024 at 7:43 p.m.
And what's the following message?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, "Remember what I said. Shit seem weird. GTFO," commonly known as "Get the fuck out." That's October 10th, 2024 at 8:14 p.m.
And then right here on top of the green.
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "Promise." That's October 24th, or October 10th, 2024 at 8:15 p.m.
And that this message was after that last message we said that if it looks weird, get out of there.
Yes.
Okay. And what about this response in blue?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, "Promise."
And what is this response from Mrs. Hernandez?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "I love you always." That's on October 10th, 2024 at 8:16 p.m.
And this one right here, Fluke Detective.
That one's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, "I love you too. Let me get into work mode." October 10th, 2024 at 8:16 p.m.
And this one on top.
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, "I'll call you when we done." October 10th, 2024 at 8:16 p.m.
And what about this message in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, "Wear a mask when you get close." October 10th, 2024, 8:16 p.m.
And then what's this message here in green?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, "Okay, October 10th, 2024 at 8:17 p.m.
And what is this message right here?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, says, I got it on now, October 10th, 2024 at 8:18 p.m.
And again, is this message, this communications before the ring video camera that?
Yes, it appears to be a little bit prior to that.
Can you read this top one for us, please?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, says, okay, baby, get your head good, October 10th, 2024 at 8:19 p.m.
Second, can you read the next one, please?
From Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, you put the magnets on, October 10th, 2024 at 8:22 p.m.
Next message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, sorry, just checking, October 10th, 2024 at 8:22 p.m.
And the message in blue detector.
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, yes, October 10th, 2024 at 8:27 p.m.
Can you read this top message right here?
It's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, says, I love you too, October 10th, 2024 at 8:28 p.m.
And what about this bottom message down here? This one in blue.
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states 216 Greendale, October 10th, 2024 at 8:41 p.m.
In this message, there's no list of city. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
Okay. And during your investigation, did the Greendale address become of significance to you?
Yes, it was in the general
I
area
know.
of where the vehicle was
She's
burned. Also, we had
absolutely an
obtained video
accomplice.
from, I believe, the address was 90 Greendale.
What just happened?
Also, we had obtained video from, I believe, the address was 90 Greendale and Highland Park.
Okay. And this next message right here in green, can you read that for us?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, that states, that's where I go get the food. That's October 10th, 2024 at 8:41 p.m.
And the next message.
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, yes, October 10th, 2024 at 8:41 p.m.
And can you read this top one for us?
It's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states okay. It's October 10th, 2024 at 8:42 p.m.
And what's the next message then?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, are you done? That's October 10th, 2024 at 9:28 p.m.
And this message in
She didn't find out after the fact. She was part of the planning. So yeah, she's absolutely an accomplice.
blue.
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states no. That's October 10th, 2024 at 9:29 p.m.
And the next one, sir.
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states what happened, October 10th, 2024 at 9:29 p.m.
And would this date and time correspond to after the two people who appeared on the Murray's doorstep left on that?
I believe that's slightly after or right in the time frame. I would have to view the video to see the actual timestamp.
And what's this top message say?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, I'll tell you when we get there.
And when's that date?
October 10th, 2024 at 9:29 p.m.
The next message?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. You need me to pick you up. That's October 10th, 2024 at 9:29 p.m.
And what about this next one?
That's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, yes, we did good though. That's October 10th, 2024, 9:29 p.m.
And the next message is after?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, okay, should I leave? That's October 10th, 2024 at 9:30 p.m.
And you read this message on top?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, says, where do I park to get this food? That's October 10th, 2024 at 10:01 p.m.
And the next message?
8074 Homer, and that's October 10th, 2024 at 10:04 p.m.
And was this address at all significant to you?
I don't recall that address being significant, or any evidence coming from that specific address.
And then this message right here, can you read the one in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states, I just seen a hooker.
And
October 10th, 2024 at 10:07 p.m.
And the next response was?
It's from Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, laugh out loud, October 10th, 2024 at 10:07 p.m.
And then can you,
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. Be there in 12 minutes, October 10th, 2024, 10:07 p.m.
and
Then-
that would have been after the October 10th,
Yes.
video. Okay. And this next message, can you read that in green?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, wait, don't leave yet. And that's October 11th, 2024 at 9:02 a.m.
And the next message?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, I already left, October 11th, 2024 at 9:16 a.m.
And this message in green right here, Detective.
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, that was before I came upstairs, laugh out loud, October 11th, 2024, 9:17 a.m.
And can you read the top one?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I know, hello, LMAO, which is commonly known as laugh my ass off, I saw you leave, silly, October 11th, 2024 at 9:17 a.m.
And what about this message in blue?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, put the hard hats on the porch, please, October 11th, 2024 at 9:17 a.m.
And what about this message in green?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, okay, October 11th, 2024 at 9:17 a.m.
And the next message?
It's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, where are you parking the Jeep? That's October 11th, 2024, 9:17 a.m.
And what's the message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, at the house, October 11th, 2024, 9:18 a.m.
And this message in green?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, Warren, that's October 11th, 2024, 9:18 a.m.
And what about the message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, not at your, no, at your mom's. You're gonna have to come get us, October 11th, 2024, 9:18 a.m.
And the next message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, oh, okay, October 11th, 2024, 9:18 a.m.
And the top message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I was confused, October 11th. Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, okay, October 11th, 2024, 9:19 a.m.
And the message in green right below?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, when do you think I'll have to do that? In like 2 hours, that's October 11th, 2024, at 9:19 a.m.
And this next message, sir?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, just bring the keys inside, I'm going to sleep, October 11th, 2024, at 9:59 a.m.
And this top message right here?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, you sleep, October 11th, 2024, 10:24 a.m.
And the next message on the page?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I was, why, October 11th, 2024, 10:25 a.m.
And can you read this middle one?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, here, October 11th, 2024, at 12:08 p.m.
Okay, Detective, what's the date and time stamp on this bottom message right here?
That is October 11th, 2024, at 3:43 p.m.
And what was this a link to?
This, reading the link, it's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. It's from WXYZ, which would, I believe, be Channel 7. And it's a link to a headline that states, suspects posing as workers, murder man, duct tape woman at home in Rochester Hills.
Can you read that top message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, what do you want to do? October 11th, 2024 at 3:57 p.m.
And the next message?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, we need to leave. October 11th, 2024 at 3:57 p.m.
And can you read the next one, please?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, we need to get You Oughta Hear Faster, October 11th, 2024 at 3:58 p.m.
And what's the following message?
That's the same date and time and states, we don't have the money to do it.
Can you read the top message?
So Amanda to Mr. Hernandez states sweating, October 11th, 2024 at 4:41 p.m.
And your next message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, WYA, commonly known as Where You At. That's October 11th, 2024 at 4:42 p.m.
And what's this message in blue?
It's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, driving, October 11th, 2024 at 4:42 p.m.
And what about this message in blue?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, coming here, October 11th, 2024 at 4:42 p.m.
And this message on top in blue?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, states, I'll talk to you when I get home. That's October 11th, 2024 at 4:43 p.m.
And what about the message in green?
It's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, are we still leaving tomorrow or what? That's October 11th, 2024 at 4:43 p.m.
And this message following one?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, call me FT audio, that's FaceTime audio, October 11th, 2024, 5:06 p.m.
And then your review of Cellbrite extraction reports, but it says FaceTime audio, what does that mean?
No, that's a text message she's requesting. FT usually normally stands for FaceTime, as FaceTime audio is to make the phone call.
Thank you. And then this message down here at the bottom.
Mrs. Amanda, or that's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez. Don't get the plate just in case. October 11th, 2024 at 5:14 p.m.
And then what about the top message?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, what if there are cameras you can't see? October 11th, 2024 at 5:14 p.m.
And what about the next one?
That's from Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states put gas in so it don't look like you drove far. That's October 11th, 2024 at 5:23 p.m.
And the message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, I am. October 11th, 2024, 5:34 p.m.
And the next one?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I'm done. October 11th, 2024 at 5:46 p.m.
And this top one?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I'm so sad, baby. I'm so sad. October 11th, 2024, that's 8:39 p.m.
And the next one?
That's Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, it's going to be okay. October 11th, 2024, at 8:40 p.m.
And then October 11th, 2024, about 8:40 p.m. That was after. Yes. And this message in green?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, promise, that's October 11th, 2024, at 8:40 p.m.
And this message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, promise, October 11th, 2024 at 8:40 p.m.
Can you read the top one for us, please?
Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, think it will blow over, that's October 11th, 2024 at 8:40 p.m.
What the message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, yes, October 11th, 2024 at 8:40 p.m.
And can you read that message in green right here at the middle?
That's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states I don't think anybody will tell that it's you. That's October 11th, 2024 at 8:41 p.m.
And the message in blue?
Mr. Hernandez to Amanda, I pray not. October 11th, 2024 at 8:41 p.m.
Way to make me feel like a consolation prize,
Can you
Marty.
read the top one in green right here?
It's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, states me too. October 11th, 2024 at 8:42 p.m.
And the next one, please.
It's Amanda to Mr. Hernandez, I just got back here. It's October 11th, 2024 at 8:44 p.m.
And also, did you also examine other messages that belong to Mrs. Zuazo's phone as part of your cell phone extraction?
Yes, I did.
And there was other messages that was in his phone that was concerning the crime that you were investigating?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, the people are going to move to admit and publish People's Exhibit number 24.
I have received exhibit number 24, no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
24 is in.
And we're gonna do it the same way. It's not gonna be as many, but we'll read some of those messages, okay? And this is a copy, fair to say, it's a copy of the self-right section form that you were probably given from Detective Voice.
Yes.
Okay, and up here is Joshua Zuazo's email address.
I apologize. I believe this one I actually extracted myself.
actually extracted?
Yes.
And so up here on top is participants Joshua Zuazo and someone by the name of SD in that particular phone.
That is correct.
And then the same process and procedure we're doing before, can you go ahead and read some of these messages?
Yep, so this one's from Mr. Zuozo to the contact of SD. It says, "You got a second? I need to holler at you on some money shit. You really ain't got to do anything though." And that was on September 28th,
Okay, be
2024
careful.
at 3:37 p.m.
Okay, and this message include?
That's SD responding to Mr. Zuozo. "What's good? Damn, you just blocked me and shit." That's September 28th, 2024 at 10:30 p.m.
And then, what's the message on top?
That's from Mr. Zuozo to SD. Says, "I'm not a finisher yet, but by next year I'll pick up 2 or 3 more different tools." That's September 30th.
To SD.
To SD, I apologize.
So, and that next one here in blue?
That's from SD to Mr. Zuozo. Says, "Yeah, I used to do hard surface with DT." That's September 30th, 2024, 3:15 p.m.
And then this next message.
Immediately following, SD writes DTE. That's September 30th, 2024, 3:15 p.m.
And then this message in blue on top.
That's from SD to Zuozo. Says, "I got all the stickers for you and the DT helmet and a vest for you guys." That's October 1st, 2024 at 10:49 a.m.
And this message here in green.
That's from Mr. Zuozo to SD, states bet. That's October 1st, 2024, 10:49 a.m.
Okay. And then this message here in green. Can you read that for us?
That's from Mr. Zuozo to SD, states, "Everything go right, I'll give it to you." That's October 1st, 2024, 10:51 a.m.
And the message in blue.
SD responds with bet. That's October 1st, 2024 at 10:51 a.m.
And then this message between those parties that we're talking about. Can you tell us what this is?
It's a screenshot of DT items. It appears to be vest, hard hats, signs. I do recall there being a photo in the phone that was stored in the phone in the Celebrate program that resembles this exact picture.
Okay, and
That's from SD to Mr. Zuozo, and that's on October 1st, 2024 at 2:12 p.m.
and then this message right here.
That's from SD to Mr. Zuozo. "I got it all ready for you guys." That's October 1st, 2024 at 12:12 p.m.
And then this message on top.
That's from SD to Mr. Zuozo. "Got lights for you guys too." That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:34 p.m.
And this message right here in green.
That's from Mr. Zuozo to SD. "You can have both if shit goes as planned." That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:52 p.m.
And then the message in blue.
That's from SD to Mr. Zuozo. "I hope it does." October 1st, 2024 at 2:56 p.m.
And this message here in green.
Mr. Zuozo to SD states, "It should." That's October 1st, 2024 at 2:57 p.m.
Okay. And while we're speaking of defendant Zuazo, while you're investigating this matter, were you able to determine what Mr. Zuazo's shoe size was?
Yes. During the investigation, we determined that a size 10.5 had been booked into property.
That belonged to the
Mr.
defendant?
Zuozo's.
I have no further questions.
Cross-exam, Zuozo.
Thank you very much. Detective, I know that you've heard me explain to every other witness about the questions I'm going to ask you here this morning, but if I don't make myself clear, please tell me that, and then I'll rephrase the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You mentioned early in your direct testimony this morning about Mr. Zuazo being taken into custody on October the 14th. Is that correct?
I believe that was the date.
Okay, and that would be like the Monday following the Friday where Mr. Murray's and Mrs. Murray's house was, where the incident occurred at their home.
Yes, I believe that was Monday.
And he was arrested, as you understand it, by a group of fugitive apprehension team members.
Yes, I believe so.
And that's a combination of Oakland County Sheriff's deputies and also associated with the United States Marshals Service. Is that correct?
I believe so, sir.
And were you present for that?
I was not, sir.
But you received a report that Mr. Zuazo was arrested on that date by that team, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the place where he was arrested was in Plymouth, Michigan, is that correct?
I do not know the exact location of where the arrest was made. I believe it was Plymouth, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
The place, regardless of the address, was a job site where a house was being built, is that
Yes, I
correct?
believe it was taken into custody
And
there.
there were a number of people that were working at that job site on that day, one of whom was Mr. Zuazo, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so then he was taken into custody. No one knows, I assume that the rest of those people went back to work, but they didn't go to jail or they weren't taken into custody, correct?
Correct.
And this happened in Michigan, while you don't know the address, somewhere in southeastern Michigan, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And there wasn't any doubt about Mr. Zuazo being at work, correct?
I don't know the facts of the actual observation.
You're the officer in charge. You understand, you saw the
I understand he
video
was
of
taken
his
into
arrest,
custody at
right?
work. Yes.
And in the background of that arrest, where it occurred on a front lawn, there was a house under construction, correct?
Yes.
And the people that were there with him, that were all told to get on the ground at the time of his arrest, were working at that place, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And so, when Mr. Zuazo was arrested, he didn't run away, correct?
I don't believe so.
And he was cooperative to the extent that he obeyed what the commands given to him were by the fugitive apprehension team members, correct?
Yes, I've received no information otherwise.
Okay, thank you. And as I said, or I asked before, that happened in Michigan, not in Louisiana, correct?
Yes, it was in the state of Michigan, sir.
And so now we've seen a number of text messages back and forth between Mr. Zuazo and a person named SD, did you ever determine who SD was?
We still have been unable to determine. The phone number has come back to multiple different sources. It appears to possibly be some sort of pay-as-you-go phone, which doesn't always have a history associated with it.
That's a lot different than the situation with Amanda Diaz and the phone that she had and used with her husband during
Yes, sir.
the weeks leading up to
Yes, sir.
October 11th, correct? And then, would you agree that there are many more text messages that were exchanged between the husband and wife, Amanda Diaz, or the wife and husband, Amanda Diaz and Carlos Hernandez, than the ones that were exchanged between Mr. Zuazo and Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't have any further.
Any redirect based on Zuazo's cross?
No, Your Honor.
No. Okay, all right, and so, jury A, yes, okay. We are going to take a break, jury A. It's not quite lunchtime, yet for you, but it will be shortly, all right? So just stay in your jury room.
All right, the jury, please. most of his questions have been useless questions. I don't know what he was getting at. Nobody else there was arrested? No, because nobody else did it. They had everybody get down on the ground. Yeah, that's police procedure. And you guys know that's my pet peeve. He's asking the wrong person the questions. He needs to ask the person that actually was there and arrested him. I would, if I was on the stand and I got asked the wrong question, I would just keep saying, I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know, I wasn't there. I'm not going to testify to something I didn't see. Or it wasn't reported to me, or whatever. Because, like, he's like, well, nobody told you. Yeah, I would say it wasn't reported to me. It's just like in nursing when I would chart something. I never charted anything I didn't see. If another nurse or a nursing assistant told me something, I would write that I was told by CNA or by another nurse. But I'm not going to say that I experienced something I didn't experience. Not when it's a legal document or court proceeding or whatever. That's not happening.
Exam Hernandez. Thank you.
Good morning for the next 10 minutes.
Good morning.
All right, so as you stated, you are the officer in charge. You've had an opportunity to review all of the discovery that was provided in this case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are aware that Mrs. Murray made a 911 call less than 10 minutes after the Ring camera shows the two individuals leaving. Is that correct?
I would have to compare I know the call was received around 11:47
Okay.
a.m.
That's what I have as well. Alrighty. You also were able to watch previously and then yesterday in court the interview of Mr. Hernandez, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you heard when Detective Weekman stated, referring to Zuozo, he's afraid of what you and your people can do to him and his family. Do you remember that statement?
Yes.
Okay. That is not accurate, correct?
I know I've had a chance to review the tape, and those states something along the lines of, I don't know what Carlos has going, but I made reference to protecting his family, but did not, that specific quote that you gave, no, that was not said in his interview.
Okay.
Or attempted interview.
And actually, Mr. Zuazo, was he given an opportunity to have a sit-down interview just like Mr. Hernandez was?
Yes, he was.
He decided not to give an interview, correct?
Correct, he exercised his Miranda rights.
Now, I want to draw some attention to the text messages, specifically between Mr. Zuazo and Mr. Hernandez. There was no text dealing with anything involving planning a homicide, correct?
I don't recall reading any text that plan a homicide, no.
No conversations about weapons?
No, ma'am.
You testified that some of the messages appeared that they had been deleted by the user in looking at those messages that were found on Mr. Zuazo's phone. Is that correct?
As I stated, Mr. McGarrell pointed out the user deleted. I don't exactly know how that actually works as far as the Cellbrite program. That's outside my realm of
Okay. And as you
expertise.
stated, a user may believe they're deleting something from their phone, but Cellbrite has a little bit of extra power and can
From what I
bypass it.
understand, there can be messages that are in the background that are not totally deleted from the phone, yes.
Understood. In talking about the messages between Carlos and his wife, fair to say that the texts are about a larceny or a theft that is about to occur, correct?
Would appear so.
there's text messages like, if you have to leave with nothing, that's okay.
Correct.
I hope we get enough money to buy a house.
Correct.
No messages about a weapon.
I do not recall any.
No messages about planning a homicide, correct?
I do not recall any.
I don't have anything further.
We need to wrap.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, let's, bring in our other jury.
When is consent now, Judge?
No, because we'll wait till the jury comes in.
It doesn't matter. Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter in Michigan. I thought in most states, though, if you commit a felony and someone in the course of that felony dies, then that's felony murder, whether you actually did it or not. I don't know. It might be different in Michigan. If it's different in Michigan, then he could get not guilty for the murder. I guess we'll find out during the charging conference when they talk about the law.
Please be seated. Any further questions for the detective?
No, Your Honor.
None by myself.
All right, you may step down a second.
Thank you, Your Honor.
People, next witness.
Your Honor, at this time, the people of the state of Michigan rest.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do now is, you guys are getting your steps in, okay, if nothing else, all right? We're gonna take a break, and it's not yet lunch, okay? So take a break, go back to your jury rooms. All right, the jury, please.
Could be. But if he didn't do anything, like I said, if the law in Michigan is that if a murder happened during a home invasion, he could be just as guilty. But if they don't have that law, then he could just get charged with the home invasion robbery
Okay, let's be seated.
and whatever else charges.
That door closed. Any motions for directed verdict?
Your Honor, I have a motion to
Go ahead.
present on behalf of defendant Joshua Zuazo. Your Honor, Mr. Zuazo is charged with first-degree felony murder in count 1, and in count 2, unlawful imprisonment of Hussein Murray, and in count 3, unlawful imprisonment of Linda Murray. Your Honor, the first thing that I would like to address is the unlawful imprisonment of Linda Murray, because it's evident from the testimony that she gave that the person who bound her up and had her unlawfully in prison was the co-defendant, Mr. Hernandez. She never said anything about Mr. Zuazo apprehending her in any way. And furthermore, she testified that it was Mr. Hernandez who slapped her or smacked her or punched her when she didn't give the answers that he would like to have heard regarding where the money, the jewelry, and where the valuable property in the house was located. That seems to be a very clear case of unlawful imprisonment brought against Mr. Hernandez, but certainly not against Mr. Zuazo. And then, when we talk about the unlawful imprisonment of Mr. Murray, there's no evidence to say exactly who did all of that, but the person who was seen in the videos from the two different hardware stores, Home Depot and Lowe's, that's paying to buy these items that shows up on these receipts is evidently, there is clearly in evidence, Mr. Hernandez, who was taking money out of his pocket, and he's paying for all that. Now, who else is there? The second person has got either a bottle of Coke or a bottle of some sort of water, if it's Gatorade water, something like that. He's not a participant in making any purchase. So those items that were used on Mr. Murray as well as on Mrs. Murray were purchased by
That's a
the
good
co-defendant,
argument.
Mr. Hernandez. And so I'm asking for a directed verdict as to both of those counts, and then going directly to the first primary
It's not
count,
gonna work.
first-degree felony murder. I submit that there hasn't been enough evidence presented that would make Mr. Zuazo even be present in the place, in spite of the fact that Ms. Murray did identify Mr. Zuazo as having been present that day, because we have two other witnesses who testified, the police officers who spoke with her soon after this event took place. That was Detective Hagelin on Friday, the 11th of October, and then Detective Wignan, who testified yesterday, about 3 at least interviews he had with her. She didn't give a specific identification, and she didn't give the specifics about this, even the person. The only characteristic she gave about the second participant in the robbery was a person of average build, and that was it. Not 6 foot tall, nothing specific like that, even though that's what she testified to. So that raises the issue of identification on L. I'm going to be receiving an instruction on identification for the jury, but I'm asking here in this motion for a directed verdict that that charge be dismissed, a directed verdict of acquittal as well, because of the lack of identification evidence presented during the people's case in chief. I understand that the standard is that you have to view the evidence in the light most favorable to the prosecution. People versus Anthony and all of its progeny stand for that proposition, and I certainly am aware of it, and I'm submitting on behalf of Mr. Zuazo that people haven't met that burden, and it is for that reason I'm asking for him to receive a directed verdict of acquittal on all 3 counts. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Ms. Faulkner, are you joining in?
Your Honor, but only as to count 1. So I'm asking for a directed verdict only as to the felony murder count. Obviously, as Mr. McCarthy just stated, we are to view the evidence in the light most favorable to the prosecution. But when we look at the elements of first-degree felony murder, obviously the second prong there is the mindset that Mr. Hernandez had at the time. I do not believe that there was any testimony, and that none can be inferred from the testimony that was provided. So I do believe, even in viewing the light most favorable to the prosecution, that count 1 as to felony murder should be a directed verdict.
Okay, thank you. Response by the people?
Judge, everyone knows the standard, this court knows the standard, and at this point in time, I don't believe any of these motions should be granted. The case should go forward to the jury. These are jury issues at this point in time regarding Mr. McCarthy's issue regarding his client, whether he was involved with Mrs. Ray's captivity up in the first story. I think 1, there's aiding and abetting, which would indicate that. 2, the defendant's DNA is on those duct tape rolls, as is the other defendant's. Now, both duct tape that is down in the basement is found down there. And also, Mrs. Murray indicated that the defendant, Zuozo, wanted to put her in the closet before they left, along with the defendant. So I believe a lot of this is for closing argument. Obviously, they're both ready for closing argument, but to direct a verdict out, I don't believe it's appropriate this time.
Okay, thank you. The court does review motions for directed verdict to the light most favorable to the non-moving parties, which is here is the prosecution. First, we'll start with Mr. Zuazo's motion for directed verdict pursuant to all 3 counts. Count 1, felony murder. Count 2, unlawful imprisonment. And count 3, unlawful imprisonment. The court finds that there is overwhelming evidence that Mr. Zuazo was a participant in count 1, felony murder, as well as the unlawful restraints of Mr. Murray and Miss Murray. Of course, the questions as to whether or not he is to be found guilty or not guilty comes down to a question of fact to this jury pool, who is, court is confident will make appropriate decision regarding that. is beyond me, Mr. Zuazo, that you sat through this trial for this past week and would believe that there would be any chance that this court would direct this verdict in your favor. Same with you, Mr. Hernandez. The evidence is overwhelming as to count one, that you did partake in a felony murder, and the question is then going to be submitted to your fact finders, who the court is confident will make an appropriate decision as to.
She didn't even need to go back to her chambers and think about it either.
Anything else?
Your Honor, at this time, I think that we could address the issue of the defense and what will be presented.
Sure.
I have conferred with Mr. Zuazo during the time that I represented him, and it is my understanding he intends to exercise his right to remain silent, and I would like to have him sworn so that he can inform the court of what that decision is.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you have any other witnesses?
The defense will not be presenting any witnesses.
Okay, Mr. Zuazo, stand up so I can get you sworn in, sir. Go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Put your hand down, tell us your name.
Joshua Zuazo.
You want to ask? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Zuazo, you and I have been working together in your defense since I was appointed to represent you in October of last year, correct?
Yes.
And we have been diligently preparing for this trial that has been conducted during this week, correct? And one of the things that we have discussed is whether you would testify or not testify, correct?
Yes.
You understand that that's a choice that you make, it is not a choice that I make, correct?
Yes.
And you understand that in the event that you were to testify, certain items of your personal background, which are not in evidence right now, would be brought up during crossing. You have made a decision about whether it is keeping that in mind.
Good
that
God,
you
man,
will
just ask him.
testify before the jury assembled to determine the facts in your case, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell Judge Polis what your decision is?
Your Honor, I'm not going to testify.
Okay, all right, and you need to understand that you have an absolute right to remain silent, you have a constitutional right to remain silent, and you do also have a constitutional right to testify on your own behalf in the trial. Now that you've made the decision not to testify, be confident that this court will read an instruction to your jury that states the fact that you did not testify cannot be used against you in this trial, okay? And at any time you change your mind, I think we're gonna likely take a break between now and when we come back potentially for your closing. If there's any point in time where you change your mind, let your lawyer know, okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Ms. Lawton?
Yes.
All right, I'll get Mr. Hernandez sworn in. Go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Put your hand down. Tell us your name.
Carlos Hernandez.
All right, your lawyer's gonna ask you some questions.
Mr. Hernandez, I have been your attorney from the time that you were arraigned, correct?
Yes.
And we have discussed the fact of whether or not you would testify multiple times.
Yes.
And you understand if you wanted to testify, you do absolutely have that right.
Yes.
But also, if you did take the stand, you would be answering questions from me, but then the prosecution would have a chance to ask you questions. Do you
Yes.
understand that? And you understand also that you have a right to remain silent.
Yes.
And you understand that if you choose to remain silent, the judge would instruct the jury that they cannot use that silence against you.
Yes.
And you were present in voir dire when I actually asked the jurors if they would hold it against you. Do you remember that? Okay. Have you had enough time to make a decision whether or not you would like to testify?
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything, forced you, or made you feel that you were unable to testify if you truly wanted to?
No.
Is the decision you're going to tell the court your own decision and your own free will?
Yes.
What is your decision? Would you like to testify or would you like to remain silent?
Remain silent.
Okay, and then same with you, Mr. Hernandez. You understand that by making the decision to not testify, you have a constitutional right to remain silent, but you also have a constitutional right to testify on your own behalf in your trial. The court would allow you to do that. Being that you told the court that it is your choice not to testify, be confident in the fact that I will read an instruction to your jury that the fact that you did not testify cannot be used against you. If you change your mind between now and the time before closings, let your lawyer know, and your lawyer will let the court know that you decided to change your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I do have one jury instruction issue.
Judge,
because
just
we're gonna-
one thing before we get to the jury instruction. I know you had asked Mr. McCarthy if he intended to present any other witnesses. I don't believe you asked that of Ms.
You're right, I
Lofton.
didn't. Ms. Lofton, do you intend on presenting any witnesses?
I do not.
Okay, all right. What's the jury instruction, Mr.?
Your Honor, it's actually 16.4. It's the first degree felony murder. If you're looking at,
And this is in Hernandez finals?
Yes.
Okay.
so when we're looking at the actual Michigan model criminal jury instructions, that gives some instructions as to the use of the particular instruction.
What number is this?
16.4 is labeled.
16.04, count one, first degree felony murder,
Yes.
okay?
If you're looking at the Michigan model criminal jury instructions, at the bottom, it says paragraph 5 may be omitted if there is no evidence of justification or excuse, and the jury is not being instructed on manslaughter or any offense less than manslaughter. Here, there has been no evidence that there was some sort of self-defense claim. I'm not asking for those instructions. I don't think 5 is appropriate with the facts and the evidence that have been placed on the record. As to number 6, the model criminal jury instruction states, use 6 or 7 where factually appropriate. 6 states, to establish an attempt, the prosecutor must prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and then it goes to detail that. There has been no attempt established. The evidence clearly shows that individuals went into the home, items were removed. I don't think there's an attempt issue here, and I think that attempt instruction is going to confuse the jury, especially when they're going to be reading this in conjunction with an aiding and abetting instruction. So I am asking that 5 and 6 be struck.
Your Honor, I would join with Ms. Lofton's motion and also advise the court that as a member of the Model Criminal Jury Instructions Committee, this paragraph 5 has been the object of discussion. It is based upon a finding in a Court of Appeals case that is now being reviewed by the Supreme Court, but the Court of Appeals ruling was that it has no business in any of the homicide instructions because there's not justified, excused, or done in circumstances to reduce the lesser crime. Doesn't apply.
I feel like that does apply on the premeditation standard, but I don't see how element 5 applies to this particular fact pattern.
Judge, I don't have any objection if the defense wants 5 removed.
Yeah, because there's been no evidence presented that the killing is not justified, excused, or done under circumstances that reduce it to a lesser crime. There's no lesser crime. I'll strike 5. Okay, so 6. Do you join in that as well, Mr. McCarthy?
I do, because I don't believe the evidence is attempt, given the fact that stolen property was found in Mr. Hernandez's vehicle.
In order to qualify as an attempt, the action must go beyond mere preparation to the point where the crime would have been completed if it hadn't been interrupted by outside circumstances. There is no evidence that suggests that anything interrupted this crime.
Well, I would believe to argue that if what some of the things Mr. McCarthy has indicated to the court about identification, it's going to be that those things interrupted his client from appearing at the scene. So that part...
Wait, say that again?
I don't think Mr. McCarthy, from what we've talked about, is going to agree that his client was there for this. So something interrupted his client from showing up to the scene to participate in this. I also don't know if whichever one we're talking about decided to leave and not participate in it. So I think that should be left in there, quite frankly.
To leave during the larceny or to leave during the murder? Or both?
Well, it would be, since it's not a premeditated murder, there's not a preparation for the murder, but there is preparation for the larceny. And that preparation, as we've seen through the text messages, there's preparation for that larceny by him. And it's not that you can't prepare to do a larceny that then turns into a felony murder. So he's preparing for a larceny. So I think that instruction should stay in there.
Well,
Hang on one second, I'm just gonna read it to myself again. Okay, well, so then I do understand what the prosecutor's saying. I think that this is what I want answered by the defendants regarding the portion of it that says things like planning the crime or arranging how it will be committed are just preparation. So we just heard an hour and a half of testimony, of text messages that talk about potential preparation or what the jury could see as preparation. This specific instruction says that doesn't qualify as an attempt, so the fact that those messages are going on in and of themselves is not preparation of a larceny. For it to qualify as an attempt, there has to be an action that goes beyond this preparation to the point where the crime has been completed. So if you, Mr. McCarthy, get up and argue and say, and I don't know if you're going to, and I guess we can take it under advisement until that point, but if you get up and argue to the jury to say, yes, my client was in those messages, they got him there, however, he never showed up to the house that day, that would indicate that there was potentially an attempt or mere preparation, which would be your argument.
You are correct in the sense that this is mere preparation. All those things that happened before October the 11th are indeed preparation. Whoever's doing them, whatever that preparation was, is a question of fact for the jury to decide.
So you want this instruction?
No, I don't. I don't think that that should be in there because this isn't an attempt. This crime was completed by someone. My whole point here is that it isn't, and this is what the argument's going to be, it's not Mr. Zuazo. And I think that paragraph 6 should not be included as a part of the instruction, the same as, I argued about paragraph 5 being out. And I think that that last half, and that was the thing that I was focused on, that things like planning a crime, one can plan something and not carry it out and not be a part of it, and that doesn't make them guilty of a crime, even if somebody else did it. If you're gonna argue aiding and abetting, that's a different thing, and if you can establish that somehow or another the actual actor was being told to or put out there by another person who's the aider and abetter, that's a different circumstance, but that's not what we have here. Factually,
Okay, so I'll
based
just
on
give you
the
in a
record.
second, so I understand that point. The hypothetical that I think that then this could apply for is a situation of where somebody is attempting to go into the home, but then are stopped at the door, and their intent is to do it, and then it results in a felony murder because that was the person's attempt to do it. But here we've seen evidence that the home was ransacked, that whoever was in that home, in fact, did commit larceny.
And that's the point, because committing or attempting to commit or helping someone else commit the crime of larceny. So if he's gonna say his guy didn't show up there, and let's say they believed it, he could still be guilty of first-degree felony murder from all the stuff he did leading up to that, because he is helping. That's the preparation.
Under aiding and abetting.
And that's for the jury to decide by applying the facts to the law, but if you don't give the rest of the law, they won't have that ability to apply it. So that's a jury question of whether it is or isn't preparation, whether he is or isn't there. So he could still not be there, and yet be guilty of first-degree felony murder.
But I guess why are you believing that an attempt instruction applies at all? Because the next element here says the defendant must have been either committing or helping someone else commit the crime of larceny.
Yes.
So that could apply to both.
Regarding Mr. Zuazo, he is helping someone else commit the crime of larceny from everything we just saw in the text messages. So
So
that,
7 is good.
well, I don't think we were even talking about 7.
But I'm saying 7 is what really describes, I think, the element or the instruction that the jury should focus on.
Judge, let me say this,
Sure.
okay? My first concern in this case is protecting the record, okay? My theory is not gonna be that he abandoned it. My theory is he was gonna be there. If the court wants to strike 6, I'm fine with it. If, I don't want that to be an issue on appeal, that we're worrying about something that I'm not even gonna argue in closing that he abandoned it. I'm gonna say he's there. That's not, so if you wanna strike it for safety's sake, I'm fine.
I think it's for I wouldn't be striking it for safety's sake. If I struck it, it would only be because I think it would be confusing to the jury when they're back there deliberating. But what's your position, Ms. Lofton?
Your Honor, in reading the actual model criminal jury instructions, it says use 6 or 7 where factually appropriate. So I think the instruction is
Let me
telling
see
us
that, bring that
we
up.
are not to use both. And I agree with the court, I think 7 is very appropriate.
It is in correlation with 8.1 and 4 and 5.
So the user note says paragraph 5 may be omitted if there's no evidence of justification or excuse, and we've done that. And then it states 4, third, that when the defendant did the act that caused the death of Hussein Murray, the defendant was committing or attempting to commit or helping someone else commit the crime of larceny. For the crime of larceny, the prosecutor must prove the following elements. The defendant took someone else's property, the property was taken without consent. There was some movement of the property. It doesn't matter whether the defendant actually kept the property or whether the property was taken off the premises, for that at the time the property was taken, the defendant intended to permanently deprive the owner of the property. So that goes into explanation as to the removal of any properties, essentially the mindset versus what is actually taken out of the home in this factual scenario. And then it says use 6 or 7 are factually appropriate. The court is gonna find that 7 is more factually appropriate and that the defendant must have either been committing or helping someone else commit the crime of larceny. To help means to perform acts or give encouragement before, during the commission of the crime that aids or assists in the commission. At the time of giving aid or encouragement, the defendant must have intended the commission of the larceny. And if this is on review to the higher courts, the court is referencing criminal jury instruction 16.4, first degree felony murder out of chapter 16, homicide out of the Michigan model criminal jury instructions. Okay, all right, anything else?
Only just to make sure I've got it right. Number 5 is being eliminated as well.
Yeah, 5
Thank
is
you.
struck and 6 is gonna be struck, so.
And 7 will be renumbered as 5.
And 7 will be renumbered as 5. So if we can do that to get the final instructions up to date for the jury.
Judge, let me ask you on that.
We'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point we'll do it if there's any changes. What else?
I believe that's it.
Okay,
And that's it from
so
me.
now it's 12:20. Let me go back to our cheat sheet of whenever we were gonna do everything. So we need to bring back both jurors right now because you guys are gonna rest. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do that.
Defenses gonna rest? Both defenses are gonna rest? No witnesses?
this is on behalf of Defendant Zuozo.
No, Your Honor, the defense rests.
Thank you. Ms. Lofton, on behalf of Mr. Hernandez.
Your Honor, we have no witnesses, defense rests.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so at this point, what we're going to do is give a lunch break. It's just almost 12:30. One group of you is gonna get a longer lunch break than the other, because we're gonna try to resume back with closing arguments. Kind of like we had done with openings, those were done at separate times. That's what's gonna happen with closings, all right? So I can only anticipate how long I think it's going to be, so please bear with me. I will make sure to let staff let you know if it's gonna be longer than that. But because we all need to take a break right now, I am going to allow jury B, that's you guys, to go to lunch now for, it is 12:30, let's say, to be back in your jury room for an hour and a half. All right, so be back in your jury room at 2, okay? So 2 p.m. for jury B. And then jury A, does 30 or 45 minutes sound okay for a break? Is that good? Long enough for a lunch? Okay. So then it's 12:30. Let's say be back in your jury room by 1:15. Okay? All right, thank you.
Out in the copy they sent us.
You guys be back by 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Okay.
My client and myself will not be present during the closing or instructions. of
You
the
don't
court.
want to do that?
We do not.
Okay, so then we'll call for Mr. Hernandez after closings are done for Mr. Zuazo.
Sounds good.
Okay? All right.
Well, let me see if we have
I don't understand. Are you not even gonna try to defend your client? Okay. 1:15, so half an hour, guys. I will see you guys in a half an hour. Have a good lunch. And be careful walking to the parts store, Marty.